Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Columbus Blue Jackets will continue their playoff push tonight when they play the Carolina Panthers at Nationwide Arena. Coverage starts at 7 o'clock right here on The Fan. The Jackets currently hold the last wild card spot in the Eastern Conference. On the diamond, Chase Burns earned his first career win for the Reds in a 2-0 win over the Pirates. Meanwhile, the Cleveland Guardians beat the Los Angeles Dodgers out in L.A. 4-2. On the court, Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley scored 34 points each to help guide the Cavs to a 122-113 victory over the Utah Jazz. And finally, yesterday, Amare Bynum announced he'll return to Ohio State for his sophomore season. This update was sponsored by Ramos Roofing. Request your free roof or exterior assessment today at ramosroofingohio.com. Ramos Roofing, reliable, local, built right. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Breakfast time!
Hello, welcome to T-Bone and Tyvis. Can I take your order?
Just want a little breakfast.
Hey, you want some crabs? Because I got some of them.
Get ready to drive through the intersection of football, food, and fun. Come on, Joe! Featuring producer Dylan.
We're the 5 best rappers of all time.
Special guests.
You serious?
And you. Wake up.
For what?
It's time for T-Bone and Tyvis.
Welcome in. Happy Tuesday to you. What's up? I'm T-Bone. He's Tyvis. Good morning. Go to hell. Tyvis, how are you?
I'm doing well.
How did your day go yesterday?
Yesterday was one Richard K. Sherman's birthday, right? So
Richard Sherman.
Yeah, Richard Kevin
Your
Sherman.
close personal friend and associate.
I wouldn't say that, but whatever.
I mean, you work with the man. Let's put it that way.
Whatever. Anyway,
He's your agent.
Yes.
Allegedly.
He is. Allegedly. Yes.
He's about to get fired. Anyways, it was his birthday yesterday.
Happy
and
birthday, Sherm.
So
Tom Brady, I'm sure, has a card in the mail. Just sending it right over.
So does Michael Crabtree.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Lots of guys.
Yeah.
That's good, though.
So
have your opinions, Richard Sherman. I like it. Don't be afraid of
So
them.
yesterday, to celebrate his birthday, because he said he wasn't doing anything, he wanted to play Call of Duty. He wanted to play the new Blackout mode on new Warzone mode.
Okay. See, that's a very, I like the fact that when you have the lifestyle that Richard Sherman presumably has, it's like, would you like to fly to an exclusive resort? Would you like to go to like a high-end steakhouse? And maybe he did those things too, but he was like, I want to play with my friend on Call of Duty. That is a very humanizing guy thing to do.
Well, I told him it's your birthday. You probably shouldn't drive, given your reasons.
Fair enough. Good advice.
anyways, we playing Call
I think
of
he just fired you as his client. I think that's how that works.
So we playing Call of Duty yesterday, and Sherm plays on PC. I play on PlayStation. Yeah. So we got to go to communicate. We got to be in game chat. So him and I are in game chat, and we run up on this team, right? Yeah. So it's me and Sherm and 2 random people we don't know.
Okay.
We run up on this team, and when you get close to the team, you can hear them talk. Proximity chat is what it's called.
Okay.
So I hear it's some kids. I said, these kids is on spring break. Sherm, we about to go out here. We about to rock these kids. This one kid took out the whole team.
Really?
Yeah, he took out the whole team. I said, this is...
Oh, no.
I was ashamed.
Yeah, you don't mess with those kids on spring break. They've been looking forward to gaming.
This is...
Dylan, and then in my mind, I thought it was going to go a different way. I said, I'm about to go get at least 3 of the 4. One dude took out the whole team. I heard it. I was like, oh, yeah, this... we might need to get off of this.
That's like when you're a member out at Memorial, out at Jack's Club there, and the Memorial's coming to town. Yeah. And you're getting ready, and you're like, oh, yeah, I want to go play around. And it's like, sorry, all the pros are in town. They're getting ready. They're doing practice rounds today. It's like, I guess I can't get a tea time because the pros are in. It's like, that's spring break on Call of Duty. All the pros are in town. All these 12-year-olds are out there.
This was a shame, man.
That's not good.
I don't know if they got aim bots or what, but this was...
No, Tyvis, they
didn't miss.
They just have time and no obligations.
I guess so.
They should be better than you.
No.
When people say that...
Listen, Dylan, do you know the theme song to Pokemon Is My Life?
Is it?
Yeah. I want to be the very best that no one ever was. Dun, dun, dun. That's my theme song.
One, I'm glad to know you have a theme song. Two, I just realized I've never heard the Pokemon theme song. I've never heard it, apparently. I've never watched it.
Under a rock?
Yes, apparently. I've never watched. I don't think I've ever watched that. I know what Pokemon is, but I can't tell you that
Pokemon was serious
It was.
right around the year 2000.
Them
Bo.
Pokemon
Sure.
cards, boy. I got whooped by my grandmother because of them Pokemon cards. I had some, and like she took it from me.
Yeah.
And I was like upset because I'm trying to get to school and battle people. I got some good holographic cards.
Oh, I bet some of those could be worth money now if you'd saved them.
I don't know where them cards is.
I know that's the problem.
But she took them from me and said, "I ain't giving them back to you until you older." So what?
Did she put them in sleeves?
I had them. I had it in the book.
Oh, you did. Okay, all right,
thing.
yeah.
So she left the house. I said, "I'm gonna go find them cards."
Oh,
I tore the whole house up looking for them. I didn't find them. She got back. She seen that I went through all her stuff. She said, "Go get that switch out there."
Oh no.
She said,
that's bad.
She waited until I just got out the tub. Woo!
Yeah.
Wee.
That's when you have the least amount of clothes on.
Them licks.
That's when you get it.
Them licks. That's one of them. You know how you get a whooping and you remember it for the rest of your life? That's one right there. I ain't never went through her stuff ever again.
Clearly, you learned right there. Like that's never again. If a friend says, "Do you want to go through grandma's stuff?"
No.
No, I do not.
So the funny thing is, once I got to college, once I was graduating college, she gave me the cards back.
Oh.
Well, I don't know what I did with it, but I'm like, what I'm gonna do with this, Grandma?
You traded them for Chipotle.
Yeah.
Sure.
Dude, I didn't realize. So yesterday we had to take my middle daughter. Her bike wasn't. This ties in with Pokemon. Just hear me out. We went over to Polaris to the Dick's World of Sport. Is what they call it now.
That big thing.
The humongous. Again, I don't know how to say this any other way. It's a gigantic store that is called Dick's. So you take
the
that
big
how
Dick's.
It's a humongous Dick's.
A lot of energy.
Sporting goods.
A lot of energy coming off of that.
You gotta make
Dick's.
sure you put the sporting goods in
store. That's a store with a yes, whatever, you get it, okay?
Riley Reid.
Stop playing these sounds. Okay. So we go over there to take her bike because I know they have a bike shop in there, or they used to when it was Public Lands. Wasn't that the name of the place? Like when they had the outdoorsy kind of store?
Yes.
In the Dick's Sporting Goods? Right. Well, they've changed it all. They still have, though, the bike shop. And I called them and they said, yeah, you can bring a bike in. I needed to get the tire replaced on it, get the new tube because it was all going flat.
Tube, yeah.
Right. So we go in there and the guy took it and he's like, we'll fix it. It'll be 10, 15 minutes. So I walked around the store.
You seen kids catching Pokemons on their phone?
They had, no. They have in that Dick's Sporting Goods, they have a collectibles area where they actually sell cards, like sports cards, right? Like boxes of them you can buy in the Dick's Sporting Goods now, which I was surprised because, they have shoes and basketball hoops.
I just bought me some running shoes in that one.
Sure.
For my birthday, actually.
Getting ready to, getting a little 5K prep. Is that what we're doing?
No.
Okay.
No.
I thought maybe we could get you running out there.
No.
It'll be fine.
I'm trying to get to 2 miles again.
Okay, there you go. That's good.
If I can get to 2 miles in 20 minutes, that's winning.
Okay. That'd be
If you
very
can-
good. That's 10-minute miles. It's
A
good.
5K isn't that much more.
Yeah.
What
It's
happened to the
3 miles.
Pokemon theme song being the anthem to your life?
I don't want to be the best in running.
That's
Listen, here's the thing. I've never been I'm a sprinter. I'm fast. I'm not a long distance runner. There's two different types of runners. There's sprinters and long. When I ran track, I ran the 4x1, the 4x2, the open 2, and the only distance I did was 4x4. That's the longest race I ever ran. Well,
What's your 400 time?
I was running like a 50-51.
Really? That's it?
Is that
pretty
slow?
dang good.
I don't know what
That's
that is.
pretty good.
I don't know what it is.
I ran a 51 and I wasn't a pro athlete.
You ran a 51?
I ran a 50,
Yes.
I ran a 50-51, and I only ran track for 1 year of my life.
Okay.
These are good. These are good numbers. I like.
I only ran it for 2, but
I ran it
I wish y'all could have seen the
1
face.
year.
You got to go on YouTube and watch Tyvis' face when he's mocking Dylan. I think that was good. So anyway, Dick's Sporting Goods, though, at that trading card outpost they have, they had a table there, and as we were walking around, I saw two kids who had like ripped packs of cards, and they were just sitting there trading cards, like going through their cards, look at like it was a very wholesome moment.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. I got a friend who keep a deck of Pokemon cards on him.
Yeah, I
Like
don't
at
know.
all
And I don't
times
know.
he got him just in case somebody want to battle. He ready.
I don't know if these were
Just a
Pokemon
grown
cards,
man,
but
too.
it did look like they were, but they were actively going through them and like handing cards to each other, and it was just a very wholesome moment. Then I realized each of those packs of cards probably cost like $45 a piece
All
or
they
some
allowance.
crap like that. Yeah,
All they allowance.
exactly right. But anyways, it was cool to see that like, oh yeah, there's a table in there for kids to just sit there and like
You want to
look through their cards.
You want to battle? You want to go?
I guess so. Apparently,
Let's
so
do
Pokemon.
it.
There you
Pull
go.
your deck out.
That's the thing. Deck, just to be very clear. By the way, it is a Tuesday, so you know what that means.
Take Tuesday!
You're all right, Tyvis? There's a lot of, when it comes to Pokemon, there's a lot of big deck energy going on over there. You have got some Charizard and some holograms. You're there. All right, so you can get us your hot takes.
Holographic.
Holographic.
No
I'm sorry,
holograms.
holographic. No holograms.
Only
Holographic.
hologram we care about is Coachella. Tupac.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Okay, there you go. At Bone and Tyvis 971 on Twitter. You can get your hot takes in that way. You can also go to the YouTube chat and lay out your hot takes as well there. So plenty of that stuff to get to. Some good news for the Buckeyes. Buckeye basketball program getting a nice addition back to the team. We will talk about that when we come back. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Tuesday. We are seeing some things pretty early out on the roads. The first one's going to be a crash in our southwest corner just outside of Grove City. 71 southbound just passing Stringtown Road. Expect some lane closures out there. We also have a disabled vehicle over on the west side, 70 eastbound, just passing that 270 intersection and beyond Wilson Road. That right shoulder is currently blocked. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Men, we all know how important sex is in a relationship, both for you and your partner. But erectile dysfunction ruins sex, which can often have serious impacts on your relationship as well. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And if ED is a problem in your life, you understand the impacts it has on you and the one you love. But I'm here to tell you that ED is a treatable condition, and almost without exception, you can have really good sex again. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men with protocols that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most guys, good sex will be the norm. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a level of intimacy for you and your partner that might just astound you both. It's time to have really good sex again, so call us. Just $99 gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Let me ask you something. When's the last time a contractor did exactly what they said they would? On time, on budget, didn't give you any surprises at the end. With Baths R Us, there are no surprises. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. On time, on budget. And here's the difference with Baths R Us. They have local crews, never subcontracted. The people who show up to your door, they're trained Baths R Us employees. They aren't just some random crew that got hired last week and has no idea what they're doing in your home. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space you're proud of, Baths R Us builds it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. 380-225-BATH. That's to call Baths R Us and deal with a company that started right here in Ohio and grew by word of mouth. Because they treat people right. They do what they say they're going to do. 380-225-BATH to call Baths R Us. Baths R Us. Bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
Common Man here for Jermaine. Everybody's talking about affordability when buying a car these days, but the truth is, GoJermaine.com has a great selection of affordable inventory. Maybe that tax return's going to hit your mailbox pretty soon. Well, go see my friends because they have 300 new cars under 30 grand, over 300 used cars under 20 grand, and it's only at GoJermaine.com. And along with their $1,000 price promise, no one's going to sell you a car for less. Get started at GoJermaine.com. GoodFeed.com.
It's 2026, the year you achieve your health goals. The Good Feed store wants to help. Trade in your bad feed for Good Feed. We want to help you walk, run, exercise, and play in comfort this year. Visit the Good Feed store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road at Grove City.
Get Eco.
When your drain is clogged, our drain team will clear it for just $93.
If we can't clear it, it's free.
And we guarantee it will stay clear for at least a year, or we'll clear it again for free.
Get Eco.
Go to geteco.com.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is, fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or give us a call and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Common Man and Timmy.
Like challah bread. I'm going to have that pho, and I'm going to have that challah bread.
The pho?
Pho! Give me that PHO soup. Yeah.
Common Man and Timmy Afternoons on the Fan is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll see partly cloudy skies here for today with highs around 80 degrees. It will also be fairly windy with winds gusting up to near 40 miles per hour here this afternoon. And then for tonight, we'll see showers and storms moving in after midnight with lows down to 63. And then for tomorrow, more scattered showers in the morning and into the afternoon with highs in the 60s. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Aaron White here on 97.1 The Fan.
Question from a listener. Do you dopes ever get tired of talking about Ohio State? No. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan. Sometimes when Tyvis wears khaki pants, I can see the outline of his genitals. There's no joke there. It's just an observation.
God, the more I resist, the more intriguing they become. I can't look away.
You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Hot Take Tuesday. You can send us those at Bone and Tyvis 971. I don't think it's a hot take to say this. Buckeye basketball men's team in a good spot now that one Amare Bynum has said he's coming back to Ohio State next year. So that's good. That's I mean, I know now we do that where like a guy who already was with the team, because there's always speculation, having an announcement that says, yes, he's back, he's signed, he's good, that is reassuring. But yesterday we got that news that Amare Bynum is officially coming back to Ohio State. That is a guy who, if this program's going to do anything next year, be like, take the next step, win in the tournament, you can't lose a guy like that. So thankfully they're not. That's good.
Yeah, I think that was him and Junie is probably the top things on the basketball's mind. And then once you get those two, because I think you want those two guys to be your big pillars, you obviously got the freshmen coming in, and then you kind of want to round the rest of that starting five off. The biggest thing that they can continue to try to look for is one of those big bigs, one of those 7-footers that can actually protect the rim and can get buckets inside. I thought Christoph Tilly, he gave you one, but not the other. You know, I thought he did a good job offensively some games, but defensively, it was always an uphill battle for him. If you can find your guy, which is not easy because, you know, all those guys are going to want to go to Duke or Kentucky or something like that. Like, so it's going to be hard to find those guys. But if you can persuade one of those guys to get here, I think that is the final piece that could take this team to actually doing something in the tournament.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, look, it's going to be, they need a lot, right? There's not just one thing you can point to and say, oh, if they just, you know, add one piece. I mean, you're talking about, you've got to get, I feel like, a big point guard because
Junie small.
Junie Mobley is, I think, an ideal.
Is he going to play the point or the two? That's the question.
I don't like the idea of him playing the point guard. Not because I think he's a bad player, but because I think there will just be some possessions where he will bring the ball up court, take one look at something, not like it, and then just pull from the logo. And not all the time.
If he hit it, ain't nobody going to say nothing.
No one's going to complain. Yes, but that's the problem, right? Is that, like, even if he shoots it at 40%, which I think what he shot this year, thereabouts, that's a really good three-point percentage. That's still not exactly a percentage that keeps your offense in a flow. Like, there's some level of efficiency that a point guard can help do. And I would rather have him running off screens and doing that stuff and then getting the ball in a chance to now have a mismatch. Now have a guy who's a little off balance. You give him a pump fake, you can get to the lane, or you can hit a step back in his face, whatever. I'd rather have that and then a guy who's 6'4", who could play point guard, who could also add a little bit up top. If you have two 6-foot guards playing next year next to each other, defensively, that's going to be an issue. And I think we always forget about that when people start talking basketball and
you can do it.
They just talk about offense. They don't talk about the defensive aspect of it.
If you're going to roll that, then you better do what the Cavs did when they had Darius and Donovan. You better have two twin towers down there that can protect the paint.
Well,
at all costs, because if you're always going with a short guard, you're always going to be a defensive liability. That's just the way basketball is. If you're not tall, it's hard to play defense. People just shoot over you, and that's kind of where we were.
That's an aspect of Amare Bynum's game, though, that I think has it's not bad. It can definitely improve, but he's already got some of those instincts to, like, go after the ball, find it, get in spaces that make it difficult for teams to make plays. He is obviously gifted as well offensively. So if you can get him to really have that, like, the technical ability you need to play, like, big man defense in the Big Ten, he's not 7 feet tall, but he can play big. And so I think I hope he can add that part of his game. And then you have someone else who is legitimately just like more like a Felix Okpara level guy who can just be under there. And that's kind of what is, if you go in there, he's going to be affecting your shot.
The interesting thing is that this basketball programs finds themselves in a similar situation that they were in going into last season, with Devin Royal. When you look at Amare Bynum and you look at Thompson that's coming in, which one of those guys is playing the 3, which guys is playing the 4? Because both of those guys, I'm not really familiar with Thompson's game.
He's more of a 3.
Okay.
He is more of a...
So he can handle the ball pretty good.
He's got offensive game. He is a very pure shooter, but has some fluidity of, like,
at least when I watched on the ground.
Yeah, when I watched him in high school, I've watched him play, like, because
a lot of highlights I've seen is him spotting up shooting.
I'm pretty sure because they have the McDonald's All-America. I know the dunk contest was last night. I'm guessing the game is either tonight or sometime this week. I know he was named, I think, like the MVP of the McDonald's All-American practices they had. So, you can get a chance to watch him either. If it wasn't last night, it'll be tonight. But yeah, good player. Like, he's going to add some offense. The question is going to be, as it always is, playing defense in the Big Ten. It's a physical league, and he's not a he's a tall, lanky guy, but he's going to put some weight on.
6'10"?
I feel like he's more like 6'7", 6'8".
You think?
But I could be wrong on that. But yeah, he's just got to add some weight to his frame. But offensively, that's what everybody expects, is that he's going to come in and be a pretty good offensive player. It's defensively, if you have two small guards,
6'8", 205.
Okay, yeah. So he's got a little room to grow. But if you have two small guards who cannot guard up top, and then you have him playing the 3, I'm saying, like, you're going to need some defensive toughness. That's why I think it's imperative they go out and get a point guard in the transfer portal who's big, solid body guy who can go out there and affect passing lanes at the top of the key or whatever, if they want to run their zone defense, whatever they want to do. Like, someone who can be big and physical like that.
Maybe Michi will come back again.
You know what? That's a very hot take on Hot Take Tuesday.
I'm pretty sure Tyvis is the one who dropped this in the group chat yesterday, the Amare Bynum news, and that's how I first knew. And I first thought, this is dumb. Why do we need an announcement that someone is coming back?
Well,
then I thought, you know what? This is kind of necessary. And then I thought, why haven't we got a Junie Mobley announcement yet? Then I got nervous. Then I went to my cynical self of, is he not quite locked up? We are expecting him to come back, but is he weighing his options?
It could be that. It could be that they're just staggering these announcements so they each get their full, proper, run of discussion. I don't know. But I do know this, I, too, have the issue. I had it back when USC was doing that. Like, they were kind of the first ones I remember with football saying, this guy signed. And it's like, good. Doesn't he already go there? Like, what are we announcing? But I do realize now in the world of transfer portal, until you put that announcement out there, that's the one that seems to end the speculation of like, oh, is this guy good or not? Because now we're going to have the transfer portal be open, not indefinitely, but there's going to be that speculation. And I can understand wanting to be able to point a recruit to the idea of like, yeah, see right here, this is, remember how, we're talking about you transferring here. Well, this is who you're going to play with because this guy is for sure locked in. We've made it very public that he's going to be back. I guess maybe that's a part of it too, but certainly I'm sure it helps with like the fan base just to know that some of these guys are coming back. One thing I saw yesterday, and I've known this, I have to remind myself sometimes of this. Did you know that Ohio State, when it comes to men's Final Four appearances, do you know where they rank all time in all the schools in college basketball?
100.
Oh, no.
Higher than that? Like,
they went to a lot in the 60s.
Let me give you this list.
25.
North Carolina is number 1 all time in Final Four appearances with 21 on the men's side, okay? Duke and UCLA both tied for 2 with 18. So North Carolina 21, Duke and UCLA have 18. Kentucky has 17, they're 4th. Kansas has 15, they're 5th. Have I named any school that you would so far not consider a blue blood?
No.
All those are blue blood basketball schools, right?
Correct.
Number 6 is Michigan State with 10. Tied with Michigan State at 6, your Ohio State Buckeyes, also with 10. Final Four appearances.
You say 6?
We're 6th all time in Final Four appearances. Wow. By the way, that excludes vacated appearances. So we actually have more, but like the 99 one, I'm guessing, doesn't count into this metric. So if you did count that one, because it did happen, they would be firmly in 6th over Michigan State.
Wow.
So I just want to remind people of this when you say things like, oh, Ohio State can't be as good as Iowa. That's a real basketball. Oh, yeah, Iowa's known for their love of basketball. They hate football in Iowa. They don't have a coach who's been there for 30 freaking years. No, Iowa doesn't care. Like, the idea that Ohio State basketball can't at all be one of the top 4 programs in the Big Ten. I'm not saying you're North Carolina or Duke. I get that. They have a different level of history and care about it. They're going to put more money into it than anybody. Kansas, same type of thing. But the idea that you couldn't be up there with Michigan, Michigan State in this conference, Illinois, whoever you think are the best basketball schools, the idea that Ohio State couldn't be there is laughable to me.
I didn't realize that Ohio State was a basketball school and a pistol team school just as much as a football school.
That's right. We win in a lot of things because we're good, and we need to embrace that.
The sad thing is that it's just the recency is just kind of like where everybody's kind of like.
But 99,
it's like the new
Final Four.
It's like once NIL. It's like college sports got 2 different lives. It's like before NIL and now, like.
But you know what?
The football team has been good before and now, but like the basketball team like hasn't been.
But what do we think?
Like people is like, well, back in the day, 10 years ago, they were hey. And now it's like, yeah, but that was like so long ago. Like people just kind of like, this is the new wave.
Yeah, here's what I would just add to that, though, is like 10 years ago, Kansas was embroiled in a scandal where Bill Self was hiring he was, I forget the exact scandal, but one of his assistants was, remember that, hiring like someone affiliated with Adidas to like get a guy to come there. They were paying all this money to get a shoe contract for a guy. It ended up where like the player's mom and this coach got involved in a romantic. It was a whole scandal. Like Kansas has had their own basketball scandals. They were doing things. North Carolina had fake classes for guys to go to, and that apparently just flew under the radar. We just don't talk about it. Like, there's been cheating all the way through. They've had built-in advantages all the way through, and Ohio State still went to Final Fours as a men's team in what? 99, 2007, 2012. That was 3 in like basically a 13-year period. I'm not saying it's going to be like that every 13 years, but not getting to a Sweet 16 in however long it's been, not getting to a McDonald's All-American in 10 years.
When was the last time we've been to a Sweet 16?
That's bad. I'm saying we got to change that.
Don't tell me 2012.
I think that was the last time they went to the Final Four, but I don't know. Maybe they went to a Sweet 16 before that. I'm blanking on it. Either way. When was it that they had the Wichita State? That was when they got knocked out in the Elite Eight, I'm pretty sure.
Was that 15? 16?
Yeah, that was one that I feel
16?
like that was one where we all thought they were going to a Final Four, and it was like, all we got to do is beat the Shockers, and then didn't happen. Got shocked, as a matter of fact. All right, more of your hot takes on a Hot Take Tuesday. And coming up next, we're going to talk to someone who's been present since the very beginning of Jackets hockey. Greg Murray, the in-arena voice of your Columbus Blue Jackets. He will join us next because he's hitting a very important milestone tonight. We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
A new construction project happening over on the north side of Columbus. It's really a ramp closure. That 270 westbound ramp, 270 southbound will not be accessible starting tonight at 11 and lasting till 5 tomorrow morning. As for your workaround, take 270 westbound instead to 71 northbound, heading up towards Polaris, getting off at Polaris Parkway, then heading southbound on 71. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Columbus has a new football team, the Aviators. UFL football lands April 3rd. Be there for our home opener at historic Crew Stadium. Don't miss it. Get your tickets now at UFLaviators.com. That's UFLaviators.com. United, we fly.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. I've had the privilege of seeing miracles, broken families rebuilt, every crash, every workplace injury, every medical mistake. Fighting back can work. We've gone toe-to-toe with insurance giants, and we've won a lot. Over $30 billion recovered. Size matters. Reputation matters. Results matter. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Save big money on your next painting project at Menards. Pristine interior paint and primer in one is Dutch Boy's best hiding and most durable paint. It delivers a smooth, elegant finish while providing maximum scuff, stain, and mark resistance. Save big money on Dutch Boy paints and get your painting project started today. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards. No hot takes, no dancing, plenty of stupid. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Tyvis Powell helped the Buckeyes win a national championship. T-Bone watched Tyvis Powell help the Buckeyes win a national championship. Equally important, you're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Well, we are glad to be joined here by a guy who is going to hit an important milestone with the Columbus Blue Jackets tonight. Greg Murray, the in-arena announcer for your Columbus Blue Jackets. Among other great calls, his Jackets on the power play call. Very well known.
Jackets on the power play!
Well, Greg is going to join us now because, Greg, tonight is game number 1,000. Do I have that right?
1,000. I actually have to keep my voice down because it'll be a miracle if my wife doesn't smother me in my sleep. Right? When we signed up for this 25 years ago, first of all, I don't think she ever thought that I would even get the job, let alone do it for 25 years and 1,000 games, right?
Yeah. No, I'm sure that had to be just kind of a, hey, I'm going to go give this a shot. Like, what motivated you to go decide to even think about doing this?
Listen, this was a total accident of a career move. I'm a career radio guy. When they were building the arena back in '99, the radio station that I worked for was right up the street. We were in Nationwide Plaza 2, and my production studio looked down Nationwide Boulevard. I was on the phone with an affiliate radio station of ours in Philly talking about how much I loved working downtown, and I could just see the NHL building, and he goes, "Did you try out for the PA announcer's job?" And I went, "No," and he said, "Why not?" And I said, never thought of it, because I came up playing, high school golf, and I played baseball and football. Hockey was not on my radar. I had one buddy in high school that played hockey, and we thought he was weird because we just didn't get it. My buddies, right?
Well, this was Central Ohio at that time too.
Right.
It was we had the Chill, and we were very excited about the Chill, but it was like, yeah, that's a fun diversion to go to. Yeah. It wasn't like, oh man, this is a diehard hockey town where if it was a sleeping giant in that way. We didn't know it yet.
Well, yeah. Yeah, and do some research. Columbus actually has a pretty rich more minor league hockey history. But one thing they did when they brought the NHL to Columbus, they did such a great job of selling the sport and the experience. I mean, you got to credit Dave Payton and the Chill, who really brought it, into focus during the 90s when they were, beating each other to death over at the fairgrounds.
Yes.
So I was talking to this. I was talking to this guy, and I'm like, yeah, that might be fun. So I called my wife, and I said, hey, I'm thinking about being the public address announcer for the Blue Jackets. And what came out of her pretty face was, yeah, that could be fun. By the way, you have a 3-year-old and a 9-month-old at home, and you're going to be out of the house 45 nights out of the year. Great career choice, Greg. Right? So I called Dave Payton up, who was getting the team off the ground, even before they hired Doug McClain. And I said, hey, I want to be the public address announcer. And he said, well, we haven't hired the person that would hire you, but go talk to some people about, what the job entails. So that winter, I drove to Pittsburgh, Chicago, and Nashville, talked to their game operations people. I got to sit with John Barbaro in the Igloo, who is a legendary PA announcer for the Pens, just a wonderful human being. And now here we are 25 years later, and I'm going, oh my gosh, 1,000 games? Are you kidding me? So
when you look at all of these games, and you look at just some of the seasons that the Jackets have, where does this season currently compare to the other ones?
This season has been amazing. I mean, since they have hired Bones, these guys have been in playoff mode for months, right? I mean, you look at the record since the coaching change, and it has been amazing to see what these guys have done to scratch and claw their way back into what is now the number 2 wild card spot. We're within striking distance of number 2 in the Metro. If you'd have told anybody that in January about Columbus, they'd have gone, yeah, right. But these guys are crushing it, and I am excited to see the next 3 weeks go down. I've been telling everybody that I know, I'm like, here's what's going to happen. These guys in the Eastern Conference are just going to beat the tar out of each other for the next 3 weeks, and we'll just see where it lands.
Favorite memory at Nationwide Arena as you go for Game 1000 tonight?
Oh my gosh. I've got a couple. One is game, one is personal, and one is for the organization. When we honored Mr. Mack right after he passed, I got to do the opening night from center ice, and I distinctly remember standing at center ice when we did the moment of silence for him with the projections of him on the ice, and I could hear the HVAC system in the roof of the arena. And I was like, I can't believe how quiet these 20-plus thousand people are, right?
Yeah.
The game one has to be 2019 when we swept the Tampa Bay Lightning. It was I could not bring myself after game 4 to leave the arena. Nobody left the arena after the game and after the players had talked and gone off the bench. And I was still working from the penalty box at the time. And I just stood there and looked around as the fans were hanging out in the stands, and I'm going, oh my gosh, this is unbelievable. I couldn't tear myself away from that moment. And it was just such an improbable thing that they had pulled off that year. And then the personal one, my grandfather actually got to come see me do what I do the winter before he passed. He came out for Thanksgiving. Mike Todd, the arena host, and I did a live thing in the arena. We had my little 5'2" Syrian grandfather on the rink report with us. I don't know if he even knew what was going on, but it was so cool. So I've got that on video. I was afraid he was going to fall asleep during the game. He did not. He actually stayed awake for the entire game. So Grandpap got to come see his grandson do what God wired him to do.
That is awesome. And that's a really cool family moment to get to do that. Well, Greg, I hope you have a great call tonight, and we are looking forward to hearing you out at Nationwide. Game number 1,000 for Greg Murray. I mean, I believe almost every Jackets game in history, this man has been the PA announcer for it. So home game anyway. So, Greg, we're looking.
I've been in the building for every single preseason, regular season, postseason game. Trivia for you: I did not do game number 1 of the inaugural season or game number 2 of the inaugural season, because when you're bringing an NHL franchise into the league, probably a good idea to have somebody who really knows what they're doing instead of a guy that's learning on the fly. So they brought a guy named Joe Ike, who was the PA announcer for the San Jose Sharks, and he did those 2 games. I say I worked them because I sat and I watched Joe do those games, and it's been 1,000 games since.
Wow.
And haven't missed a single one.
That's awesome, man. Well, it's a great track record, a great career, and congrats on game 1,000. We're looking forward to hearing you tonight down at the arena.
Well, guys, thanks so much. I appreciate you taking the time to have me on this morning.
No, glad you could do it. That's Greg Murray, your PA announcer at Nationwide Arena for your Columbus Blue Jackets. Hear him tonight. Jackets taking on Carolina. Puck drop at 7:30. We'll have all the action for you right here on The Fan. We'll come back. It is Morning Wood next. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Tuesday morning to you. Traffic definitely picking up over in New Albany, right by that 161 and 62 intersection. Also seeing some slowdowns in our southeast corner by Pickerington Road, 33 westbound. A lot of people heading downtown right now. And hey, for our friends in Madison County, good morning to you. Your drive time's looking a little bit slower on 40 East right now, I will say, to 270. Got you there at 19 minutes. If you can, take 70 East to head downtown. That's looking a lot better to 270. Got you there at 12. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, what are we wearing?
Lie detectors. Anytime a lie is detected, we get a little shock.
All right, let's try them. So, Pella was rated by homeowners as the leading window brand here in Columbus.
Nothing? Okay. Well, our windows can change the look of your home. This thing sometimes shocks you when you tell the truth. Ouch. It's okay. I'm having fun.
Get the windows that can change the look and feel of your home at PellaColumbus.com.
Truck drivers, maximize your miles and earn top pay as a team driver at Schneider. Schneider just raised its pay for team drivers and has the freight to keep you moving. More business with small package parcel shippers creates new opportunities with DC to DC drop and hook freight. The advantages don't stop there. Schneider's teams also enjoy the newest trucks with factory installed power inverters and outlets, refrigerators, and memory foam mattresses. Join now and sign-on bonuses of up to $16,000 per team may be available. Find your team driving job at SchneiderJobs.com.
Spring is hatching at the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium. Join us April 3rd and 4th for Eggs, Paws, and Claws presented by Kroger. Hop on over for 2 days of extra special fun with photos with the Easter Bunny. Meet Egbert and roll into Shelley's Rolling Shellebration. Clues are hidden all around the zoo for Explore and Find, so bring your sense of adventure. Get your discounted tickets at Kroger and don't miss this extreme spring celebration at the Columbus Zoo.
At ADP, we know you want your landscape business to succeed, but we don't know anything about landscaping. ADP only knows how to handle the business of your small business. So if ADP focuses on the payroll and the HR, while you focus on the land and the scaping, success should follow. Just don't expect us to know all about Kentucky bluegrass, zero-turn cutting, or what to do with a woodchuck. That's for you to figure out. Let ADP help your small business focus on the part of the business you're good at. ADP for small business.
Recalculating route. Estimated arrival time. Never.
For people with nasal congestion, snoring, or sleep apnea, finding a solution feels like a never-ending road trip.
First stop, my primary doctor. Then the pharmacy. Then a sleep specialist. Then an ENT.
What if there was just one destination for all your problems?
Welcome to Advent, your one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care in one location. Over 95% of patients with severe nasal breathing issues report improvement. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
You have arrived at Clear Breathing.
Remember your first football game? The sound of the crowd, the smell of the grill, the moment you fell in love with the game. This spring break, pass that moment on. At the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, families walk through the greatest moments in football history and create new memories of their own. See the legends, experience the history, share the game you love. Make the Hall of Fame part of your spring break road trip. Plan your visit today at ProFootballHof.com.
Pepsi Prebiotic Cola in original and cherry vanilla. That Pepsi taste you love with no artificial sweeteners, only 30 calories, just 5 grams of sugar, and 3 grams of prebiotic fiber. That great Pepsi taste with even more to love. Pepsi Prebiotic Cola. Unbelievably Pepsi.
If only there was a radio show that constantly talked about Ohio State athletics. Well, good news. It's real, baby. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
Proud to be your flagship home of the Buckeyes. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination. The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by KDHVAC, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan. Tyvis has a bum wrist from playing football. Bone has a bum wrist from opening the heavy doors at Sheets. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Well, you know it's a Tuesday, so of course what that means around here is very simple.
It's Hot Take Tuesday!
Dylan apparently has a hot take. He wants to get off about the NCAA.
Yes.
Okay.
The NCAA tournament.
Oh, tourney. All right, go ahead.
Yes. So I posted this on my Instagram story and got both support and hate. I was listening to Future's March Madness over the weekend. I don't know if you're familiar, Bone. I know.
Future is a musician?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I am not familiar with the song
Godfather
March
of
Madness.
mumble rap.
There's no way you have never heard. You just don't know.
Heard it. I don't
It's
know the
one
name.
of those
I don't
things
know
that
the
you
name.
don't know the name, but
Yeah.
you've definitely
All right,
heard it.
I will go listen to it.
It took the world by storm.
Okay.
When it came, what was that, 2015?
Somewhere around there.
Like that?
What was the one that they played at the college football games that you guys said I definitely knew?
Mo Bamba.
Mo Bamba.
Yes.
Yeah, when I heard that one, I was like, oh, okay, yes.
You 100% heard this
I
song.
now hear it all the time. Like, I think I heard it
You were not like, oh, okay. You said, I've never heard this song anywhere ever in my entire life.
Let me back up. No. I didn't realize I had. But then what I realized was every time I heard like any hip hop beat during like a break in the action at any game, now I started realizing, oh, it's this song. But yes, when you guys first played it for me, I didn't catch that. No, I did not realize that. Now I hear it all the time.
You probably know the beat, but you probably didn't understand a word.
This is Future's March Madness.
Yes.
Okay.
It took the world by storm.
I was listening to it. I shared it to my Instagram story, and I put the caption, March Madness by Future should be the official theme of the NCAA tournament over one shining moment.
Okay.
Better song.
I mean, I have no opinion since I apparently don't know this song.
One Josh Perry said he could get behind it. College basketball psychopath Jacob Reimer about shot me through the phone.
Okay.
What is one shining moment?
Exactly.
Tyvis. Come on.
Who is it by? I might know it.
It's sung, I believe, by Luther Vandross, if I'm not mistaken. The original. It's The Ball Is Tipped. It's the piano music they play at the end of the NCAA tournament. After the game is over, they've had the championship, the confetti has fallen, they've done all the interviews, and then they're like, all right, well, that's been a fun run in the NCAA tournament.
Let me look up
Here we go. And then they send you off with...
We got a little, I think we got a little clip of it here somewhere.
Is it the one that's actually that, or is it just the one that's The Ball Is Tipped 1,000 times?
And
I don't know.
there you are.
What's this?
Come on, Tyvis.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah,
I know that.
You do.
Okay. No, March Madness is better than that. I'm gonna tell you that now.
No. I gotta hear the ball is tipped. I just gotta hear the ball is tipped, right? That has to play. Just wait.
The ball is tipped.
That's all I needed. Okay.
There you are.
We're good. You can bring it.
I love Luther, but come on now. March Madness.
You know what? This can still get played at the end. I just want to.
This is one of them after you win type songs. March Madness is getting you going.
Yes, okay, that's fine. Yes, that's fine. You can have multiple like songs that get you going. That's fine.
I don't think I've ever heard March Madness by Future played during the NCAA tournament. It's just a missed opportunity.
Okay. Is it all about it
has nothing to do with basketball.
Well, that might be why.
But it's called March Madness.
That's fine, but
the song is like.
I'm just saying, like, Hot for Teacher technically is about teachers, but I wouldn't play it during Teacher Appreciation Week.
It's good to know where you stand on the important issues. Oh my! This is Morning Wood.
This man just loves his teacher. What's wrong with that? We love teachers. Teacher Appreciation Week. Play the song. It doesn't have the same meaning. That's all I'm saying. All right, Morningwood question number 1, Dylan.
All right, with the news that Shedeur Sanders is changing his jersey number to number 2, what would it take for you to purchase a number 2 Shedeur Sanders jersey?
I don't know.
For him to have a good season.
Yeah, I don't know.
Browns make the playoffs. They're buying it.
I don't know that. It's been such a long time since I've bought a Browns jersey. If he becomes the starting quarterback and is legit and is like the no doubt starting quarterback at the end of the season, then probably buy. If like they're in the playoffs and he's leading them to the playoffs as the quarterback, I might buy a jersey then. I can see that. I just don't buy a lot of jerseys, but no, I think it does suck if you bought the 12 jersey and now you got to go buy the 2 jersey again. I feel like there should be some kind of way that you could go get that because he decided to change his number. That's fine. But now everybody's got to, you want to stay consistent. Now you're going to know if you got a cheap jersey from last year. You got one that's like, oh, that's a discount one. You got that at Marshall's. You didn't get the real one because now all the new ones, those are the ones that are expensive. Everybody's going to know that. Morningwood question number 2.
All right, I'm improvising a spin-off question off that question. Okay. Would you say it's more important for the Browns to have an open quarterback competition or for Shedeur Sanders to get more reps?
I mean,
definitely 2.
Yeah, I feel like Shedeur needs the reps. Like, see what you have. He's the one that you've invested little to nothing in him other than time, but find out what he can do. And then if he just flat out cannot do it with an improved offensive line, and I hope some improved weapons on offense and a new coach and all that stuff, full off season of that, then at least he's not the guy. But the thing that they're entertaining, which of course we will talk about, with Jimmy Haslam throwing out there he thinks it was a big swing and miss, but we could turn it into a home run with Deshaun Watson. Like, get out of here with that noise. That's insane. What are we doing with Deshaun Watson at this point? They're just trying to find any reason that investment wasn't a complete waste of everyone's time, and they keep crossing their fingers hoping he will turn into a guy. I don't think he will. I don't think so at all. So I would invest in let Shedeur Sanders go out there and win the job. Or if you want to go bring someone in to compete with him, that's fine. But Deshaun Watson cannot be the guy doing it.
I like competition. Competition makes everybody better, so it will make Shedeur Sanders better. If Deshaun Watson can find a way to get back to what he used to be, which a lot of people don't think is possible, but if he just so happens to pull it off, it's a win. You go out there and that's hopefully win some games.
That's right, Tyvis. And if you could just will yourself to finishing the 5 for 5, it would be. I mean, see, there's things you could do, but it's not likely to happen. No one should bet on it happening.
He can't even finish a Bacon King.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, it's really sad.
I'm just telling you. We have another Morningwood question. Morningwood number 3.
Yes. Who would you say is the biggest villain in sports? I feel like we have a lack thereof recently.
The biggest villain in sports.
This was kind of inspired by Dan Hurley for me, but I feel like people were rooting against Duke more than they were rooting against him over the weekend.
Fair. Dan Hurley is definitely a villain. I mean, did you see him bump the referee with his head after they made that shot, which didn't get noticed in real time?
How did he not get teed up?
Well, people were saying that apparently, I forget who the ref is, but he's reffed like multiple Final Fours and has reffed a lot of their games, and that he probably knows this ref really well, and it was probably more of a just... You could even tell the ref was just like, I'm not even dealing with you. I'm trying to get over the scores table just to like make sure how much time is on the clock. He just completely ignored it because he's like, I know that Dan Hurley's just goofing around here, but like he's feeling great because his team just hit the shot. Dan Hurley, I could put in the villain category. God, you got me stumped on this one.
Boston Celtics.
Just the whole franchise?
I mean, I guess, yeah, in the NBA, I could see, but like...
I don't know. Like, somebody that just...
Who's the most hated person in the NFL? I mean, like, I'm trying to think of who that is at this point.
Deshaun Watson.
No. I mean, Deshaun Watson, just no one believes in him. Shakur might actually be the most hated person, whether that's fair or not to him.
I feel like it's kind of like taking a turn. I feel like there's more people that support him than don't.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know why I can't think, like, because I always think of, like, when I just was over the weekend thinking about how much I can't stand. Okay, CB Bucknor, I can't stand. Major League Baseball umpire who gets things wrong all the time. We just played his audio yesterday where he got challenged twice. He tried to punch out Eugenio Suarez twice in one at-bat on a called strike 3. Both times he was wrong, and he has been one of the worst umpires. But again, like, our umpires, everyone knows umpires suck. Like, most people have it in for the officials, the umpires. They're not fans of that. So do those guys count?
How about Aaron Rodgers? Do you think he's the most hated person in the NFL?
If he was more relevant,
yeah.
He's kind of old and washed
J.J. McCarthy.
That's just me doubting him. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even.
And like Draymond, I guess, but he's no longer relevant either.
What's the boy that
Dylan Brooks?
Yeah.
Same.
But
Irrelevant.
again, like, I just
he needs more clout.
Oh, you know what? I know who it is. It's actually anyone who coaches at LSU, right? You've got Lane Kiffin, you got Wade Wilson there now. You got what's her face, who's the women's basketball coach,
Kim Mulkey.
Kim Mulkey, yes. That's I think that's who I was actually thinking of. Lane Kiffin is definitely one of the most hated people in college football, right? But even he has had, now people are like, oh, but it's Lane Kiffin. Right. There's people who love Lane Kiffin. So all right. Well, there we go. We can have a little discussion on that. Tweet us those at Bone and Tyvis 971. Your biggest villain.
Jaden Ivey right now.
Ding. Yeah, he has. He's man. I tell you what. It's funny. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm with him. All right. When we come back, one NFL head coach isn't thrilled about his team playing overseas. Details next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, if you're traveling over on the north side between Powell, Westerville, and even parts of Worthington, looking pretty good on your Tuesday. Nice and green on our time saver traffic map. Looking at pretty average drive times out there, too, whether that's 270, 23, or 315 out there. We also have some lane closures, though. A heads up over on the west side. It's on 33 Riverside Drive, right at that Hayden Run Road area. That's lasting throughout the week and more of those daytime hours, too. So expect that. That's 9 in the morning until 3 this afternoon. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you. So why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. To get started, find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey there, guys. Bo Bishop here. When it comes to making a big decision like the ring, you don't wing it. That's why I trust my friends at Diamond Seller. For nearly 80 years, their family has helped generations of couples celebrate life's biggest moments with exceptional quality, larger diamonds, and better value. And guys, here's the best part. They walk you through it step by step so you know you're getting it right. Whether you're ready to propose or ready to upgrade, visit Diamond Seller, Sawmill Road, Easton Town Center, or learn more at diamondseller.com. diamondseller.com.
It's child's play to donate your car, truck, RV, or boat to Ronald McDonald House Charities of Central Ohio. They'll pick it up free of charge, steer you through the paperwork, and a hefty tax deduction rolls your way as you help provide a home away from home for families of seriously ill hospitalized children. For more information about donating your vehicle to Ronald McDonald House Charities, visit rmhc-centralohio.org or call 614-CARS-HELP. That's 614-CARS-HELP.
Common Man here for Jermaine. Everybody's talking about affordability when buying a car these days, but the truth is, GoJermaine.com has a great selection of affordable inventory. Maybe that tax return's going to hit your mailbox pretty soon. Well, go see my friends because they have 300 new cars under 30 grand, over 300 used cars under 20 grand, and it's only at GoJermaine.com. And along with their $1,000 price promise, no one's going to sell you a car for less. Get started at GoJermaine.com.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years.
I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. Mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Hey folks, Austin Ward here. You know, there was a time if you handed me a bread basket at dinner, it was like feeding a gator. You might lose a finger. Bread, pasta, pizza, man, carbs were undefeated in my life. That is, until Awaken 180 weight loss came in and flipped the script. Look, I've run the gauntlet of diets, and each time, carbs won by knockout. But Awaken 180 isn't a diet. It's a whole new playbook for changed up lifestyle. We all know it's necessary to lose that weight, but this is to keep it off. That constant carb craving, the one we all shrug off as normal, gone. Sure, I still love my pizza. But here's the difference. Now I don't need it. So now, most times when that waiter hustles over with a basket of temptation, I just grin, give a little nod, and wave it away like I'm passing on a fourth and long. Because I'm in control now. Awaken 180 isn't just a game changer, it's a life changer. Trust me. Call them at 844-346-1800 or visit awaken180weightloss.com. Your future self will thank you.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-0000. That's 800-791-0000.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Columbus Blue Jackets will continue their playoff push tonight when they play the Carolina Panthers at Nationwide Arena. Cover starts at 7 o'clock right here on The Fan. The Jackets currently hold the last wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference. On the diamond, Chase Burns earned his first career win for the Reds in a 2-0 win over the Pirates. Meanwhile, the Cleveland Guardians beat the Los Angeles Dodgers out in L.A. 4-2. On the court, Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley scored 34 points each to help guide the Cavs to a 122-113 victory over the Utah Jazz. And finally, yesterday, Amare Bynum announced he will return to Ohio State for his sophomore season. This update is sponsored by Metal Supermarkets, your convenience store for metal. Visit Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com or 2180 Wilson Road for all your metal needs. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
T-Bone would like to take a second to remind everyone that Eddie George is awesome and that Ronnie James Dio was an American treasure. And that pickles are gross. Thank you. Here's T-Bone and Tyvis.
Rainbow in the Dark, Tyvis, Dio. Any familiarity with that?
Rainbow in the Dark.
It's literally it's in the little intro we just played there.
That's the only time I heard it.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite songs. No, it's No March Madness by Future.
Is it a headbanger?
No, it's actually like very. I don't know. It's just a very.
If I'm traveling, just put that on.
Sure, you could put it on a driving mix. I think it's a very good driving song.
Okay,
throw it in there. But it's definitely like a classic rock song.
Rainbow in the Dark by Dio.
Yeah, Ronnie James Dio, legend, amazing, dead but still great from the grave. His voice still echoes. Anyway, I did listen to Future. You played it for me.
Mm-hmm.
March Madness.
What you think?
Never heard it. But I can get into. I mean, I can understand. It was nice. I liked it.
Was his head bobbing, Tyvis?
I didn't look at him.
I didn't have. I mean, it's hard for my head to bob when I'm listening on a phone speaker because I'm not getting like the full effect of the bass. But
he can't.
Yes,
he don't understand what Future's saying.
I've never
I heard him say something about something that he was living lavish like he was on the Mavericks. I caught that part. I mean, there's parts of it I can't repeat that I heard too. But yes, I did catch that part. Like I can pick it up.
That was the clear.
I've never.
I heard like 40 seconds of it. Yes, I heard other things too. I can't say, but overall, I kind of got the gist of it.
I've never been in the presence of someone while listening to Future and them not move.
Yeah,
that's a sign of
it would get you moving.
Of a bop.
It would definitely get you moving. I can see that totally. Did we tease anything for this segment?
We did.
What did we tease?
We teased an NFL coach not being thrilled with his team playing overseas.
No. I know that's what it says on the sheet, but I don't know if I actually said that.
We said that. You said that.
Oh,
yes,
I didn't even realize I said it. Well,
you did your job.
Good. All right. Well, we'll get to that in a second. But first, it's Hot Take Tuesday. So let me play a few. Let me tell you some of the hot takes that we're getting about that. All right. Can I do a few hot takes? What was that? Okay. This is all.
Dylan is crazy.
We should just start over. This sucks. All right. Alex says, Hot Take Tuesday. Ohio drivers are bad, but Florida is a different level of stupid. Now I see why Jeremiah Smith stayed at Ohio State. Well, yeah, you do run into some. I'll tell you, man, when I've driven in Florida, and I'm not at all saying Ohio State that Ohio's driving is like good, because there are plenty of Columbus drivers that drive me crazy. I will tell you, in Florida, I feel like everyone there is just like in Mad Max when you watch that, where it's a dystopian future. Nobody has any money. Everybody's just living on a death wish. Like, that's what I feel like when I drive in Florida. Is like, would you like to come over 4 lanes of traffic and then sideswipe me for no reason? Sure, why not? Like,
what is it about people that make them a bad driver? Like, how do you be like, oh yeah, these people can't drive?
Okay,
like, what is
lack of consideration for the fact that you may have missed your exit, but that is only going to be your problem.
Well, you can stop and put it in reverse.
That's number one. When you have no consideration for your fellow drivers, where you go, well, if I try to swerve in front of everybody, I could cause them to crash. I could make everyone have to throw on their brakes and get super pissed off. But I'm going to get over 4 lanes because I have to. That is one area where I think you're a bad driver.
Put it in reverse, Terry.
Yes. Put it in reverse, Terry. That's fine if you're shooting off fireworks, but not necessarily if you're, driving on 4 lanes of traffic. Another one would be if you see a roundabout and you go, oh my God, what is this? And you stop your car and get out and look at it before you decide to go through it. That is also like a sign of a bad driver, where you can't adapt to changes in the road that are new to you. You just, as you pull up, go, oh, it looks like I stay in this lane. I merge with the traffic. I go around till I find where I need to go. That's a sign of like a good driver. Someone who stops and panics in the middle of the road or sits in the middle of it when it says to keep going and you stop. That's a sign of a bad driver. When you are someone who is going 47 miles an hour in a freeway where it says speed limit 70, that is a bad driver.
That's the one right there. That one gets me every time.
I've seen people road rage. I occasionally will road rage. Florida is the only place where I see people regularly get out of their car to get into an altercation in traffic.
There's that too. They have.
They get out of the car.
Yes, they will get out of the car.
They definitely have. I'm telling you, like, they do not value their lives in Florida. They are just like, it's hot, it's miserable, get me out of here. You know what? I want to fight, and then that's what they do.
Get out of the car.
Yeah. So that's.
We doing that? Throw it in park. Let's do it.
By the way, we can also take nominations on this. I'm fine with it. It's a Hot Take Tuesday. We can throw this into the mix. Worst suburb in Columbus for drivers, because I will submit to you.
Don't come at my people.
Dublin, Ohio has that locked down. You have people who have SUVs that are 3 times as wide as the lane they're traveling in. You have someone sipping on their aluminum cup that weighs 400 pounds, and they're sitting there going, I gotta get that Starbucks, and they're like swerving across traffic as you're just like trying to maintain your lane. No, I can't. Oh, the drivers in Dublin drive me. I can't even go. I get in Dublin, I immediately like, I got to get out of here. No one knows how to drive here. It annoys me to no end.
I'm trying to think. This is actually a good question.
To me, it's not a neighborhood, but the worst spot in the city is the North Outer Belt, where like 71, 315, and 270 all come.
That's just a terrible design.
Point.
Wait,
terrible design.
315, and what's the other one?
270.
Well, and even 71.
I know exactly.
Yeah, that whole interchange there. That whole interchange there is awful. And 71, they're doing all the free. They're all doing the work there. Yeah, if you live like...
Yeah, I know exactly where you ain't wrong right there.
If you have to come from like the west side or the northwest side and go across the top of 270 to get onto 71 North, like to go to Polaris.
Yes.
You might as well just plan a half an hour of sitting in traffic with people not wanting to merge, people driving up and then slamming on their brakes. Like, oh, I do have to get over here. Oh, it's a mess. Every time I go through there, someone's in a fender bender because someone ran up on someone else. They weren't paying attention. Both of them hit each other, and now they're off to the side of the road, causing an even further delay.
270 West headed towards Dublin is where it's always.
Always.
Right.
You can just pencil that in almost every traffic report that we have on this station. All right, so Kyle Shanahan had some things to say about playing in Australia. He does not seem to be a fan of the 49ers playing an opening game in Australia.
I was so fired up. That was our goal, to go 19 hours away to play a game. So I think we're going back in time or into the future. I think we gain a day or lose a day. I'm not sure which one yet, but it is what it is. We'll deal with it. And I think there's 8 international games. We got 2 of them, so we're fired up about that.
Obviously, sarcasm there. He talked more about that.
No, not at all. Yeah, I don't see any pro. I mean, it's cool for... It's cool. Yeah, it's cool for the league to play globally. I think that's awesome. But as far as the team doing it, it's no, there's not much benefit to it. Sometimes it's nice to get a bye week after, but it doesn't happen in week 1.
Yeah. So they play on Friday in Australia, Thursday in our time.
Yes.
And then they obviously travel back from Friday to probably land back in the U.S., I'm guessing, sometime on Friday, which is weird because it'll be Saturday in their minds and not like where they've been staying in Australia, but it will be back. Anyway, it's weird. He's right. They lose a day, gain a day.
Yeah.
That's a mess.
At least they get the bye week. That's the only thing that was considerable.
But they don't. They don't get it. He's saying you don't get it in week 1. You're not going like week 1 and then immediately getting a bye week.
Yeah, I guess you got a point there.
So that's week 2 is going to be. It is, but this is what I think we always have to keep in mind. The NFL has a goal of growing the league globally. That is one goal and one objective for the office of the NFL.
So forget the product that's going to be out there.
But the teams themselves are saying this doesn't benefit us. The Niners going over to Australia, yeah, sure, maybe you pick up a few fans. What does that matter? Like, you sell 10 extra tickets because people will fly over now to the U.S. just to watch the Niners play? Like, probably not. Right. I mean, I'm just saying, like, the net gain there is probably, you could
said
probably.
This was Australia, right?
Australia, 17-hour flight. Like, I'm just saying.
I wonder, do the players get to go out? I got to ask Sharon.
Well, they
been
said
to Europe a couple of times. I want to ask her, do y'all like get to mingle like during the week or stuff?
They said that I believe the Niners are going out 5 or 6 days ahead. So, of course, I'm sure they will do some kind of like, hey, look, the Niners are here, and they'll take them out and show them different things from the city. But yeah, I don't know how much you're actually, other than your obligated team appearances where you're, promoting the team or the league.
Yeah.
I don't know that you're just going out to clubs and just having a good time. How much of that can go on when you're preparing for a game?
The furthest I've been was Hawaii, which is still in the United States, but they made that. I think we went out a week early and we did stuff throughout the week.
Okay.
Stuff like that. So.
I mean, that's what they're, I'm sure, going to do here. But his point is it doesn't benefit the teams or the players. It benefits the league as a whole, which, yeah, it can trickle down to the players. You get more money from TV deals. But
I don't think they're making an Australian league.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
I don't know who the 49ers play week 2 because the schedule hasn't come out yet, but I'm fading them regardless.
Yeah, right.
They could be playing the Aviators. They're fading them.
That would be actually really sick if we were just like, oh, yeah, we're throwing a UFL game on the schedule just to mess with you. All right. Jean-Luc Grandpierre will join us next. Jackets have a massive game tonight against Carolina. Talking about the stakes, what it means, where they could stand when this all shakes out. We'll get to it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good Tuesday morning to you. We are seeing just one crash on our roads. It's happening on the south side of Columbus, really affecting that 23 northbound direction at Raft Mill Road, right before that 270 intersection. Right now, the right lane is currently blocked. We're looking at 8 miles per hour for speeds this morning. Got major delays for our folks on the south side, especially if you're heading downtown this morning, so keep that in mind. We also have some delays, pretty typical though, 33 westbound over by Gender Road. A lot of people just heading downtown. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, it's important to us that when you call Pella Columbus, you talk to a real person.
You should hear how smooth it is when you call us.
You calling right now?
Yep. Oh, here we go. New windows. No, New window. Operator.
Get the windows that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
Take your shot to save at Great Lakes Hyundai. Shoot the hoop to get extra savings on your new car purchase. On top of big shot savings like 0% financing on 26 Hyundai Santa Fe's and Tucson's for up to 5 years. Plus, make no payments for 90 days. It's the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Dublin or Columbus or GLakesHyundai.com. With proof credit, some customers may not qualify. Interest accrues during no payment period. New Hyundais come equipped with owner assurance and America's Best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Offer ends 3/31.
Thinking about buying your first home? Now, with Third Federal, you can buy your first home and pay no PMI. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. And you may not realize PMI doesn't protect you. It only protects the lender in case of default. But at Third Federal, you can buy a home with just 5% down and no PMI. Plus, first-time home buyers get $750 off a closing cost. So if you're thinking about buying your first home, go for it and visit thirdfederal.com.
Even before you find a home, lock in 5.99% APR, 6.02% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3rd-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for closing cost coupon at thirdfederal.com/FTHB. Equal housing lender.
I knew that the first hour and a half of my day was going to be excruciating pain. I mean, it was so much pain, it literally brought tears to my eyes.
Dad to a prominent Ohio basketball family, Satch Sullinger was determined to find relief, and that's exactly what happened.
QC Kinetics, they are awesome. This is my body that they're using to repair itself. And so who wouldn't want to go for that?
QC Kinetics natural treatments got Satch's attention. Finally, a way to get rid of that pain in his knees without going under the knife. And best of all, they used his own healing properties to give him relief.
Since I've been having the treatment, I can go up and down steps. So I'm getting better. And my golf game shows it because I'm starting to hit the ball a little bit better now.
Find out if you're a candidate for QC Kinetics treatments. Go to QCkinetics.com/Columbus and call today for your complimentary consultation. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. Again, 208-4544. QC Kinetics.
Flexible, secure, fun. Oh, and great pay, too. Are you not sure what you want to do for a career? Or are you thinking of changing careers? Being a dental hygienist or dental assistant may be the perfect fit for you and provides all of these perks, plus more. Talk with a dentist in your community or visit ODA.org to learn more. Become a valuable member of the dental team and start helping people love their smile. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wensing.
Public education matters, and attendance matters. Students who show up nearly every day to school can learn, grow, and thrive. But if they're not there, they miss important learning opportunities and can easily end up behind. Families must make their children's school attendance a priority, and educators must be strong partners to support that goal.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Like a rite of spring, Tee to Green begins Masters Week. Hosted by Skip Mossick, Lifetime Achievement Award winner by the Southern Ohio PGA. It adds a touch of class to the radio station.
Hey, everybody, we're all going to get laid.
Saturday mornings at 9 on The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll see partly cloudy skies here for today with highs around 80 degrees. It will also be fairly windy with winds gusting up to near 40 miles per hour here this afternoon. And then for tonight, we'll see showers and storms moving in after midnight with lows down to 63. And then for tomorrow, more scattered showers in the morning and into the afternoon with highs in the 60s. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Aaron White here on 97.1 The Fan.
We are your radio home for the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. We may have a bit of a football problem. Oh, yeah. The Fan, Ohio sports destination. T-Bone and Tyvis present Talking Jackets. Talking Jackets.
It's a score! A turnover by the Islanders and Adam Fantilli. One more time. Puts it in the net.
Your look inside the world of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING when you need a company you can trust.
Every Tuesday morning, we are joined by the hyphenator himself, Jean-Luc Grandpierre, on the fan guest hotline. Jean-Luc, good morning. And last night, the Jackets got a little help. Penguins beating the Islanders 8-3. Notably not an overtime win for the Penguins. So even though that puts them a little further ahead, it keeps the Islanders close by, only a point ahead of the Jackets, with the Jackets having a game in hand. So how confident are you the Jackets can catch the Islanders and get back into that top 3 area in the Metro?
Good morning, T-Bone, Tyvis. Who would have thought we would be celebrating a Pittsburgh Penguin win, right? I mean, that's where we're at right
Feels
now.
Gross.
Because yet again, it's very tight, for the Blue Jackets. I was looking, you look at all the teams that the Blue Jackets are chasing, right? So even the Carolina Hurricanes were in first place. They have 4 losses in their last 10 games. You look at Pittsburgh, 4 losses in their last 10. The Islanders, 5 losses in their last 10. And for Blue Jackets now, they have 3 losses in their last 10, but it seems like it's the end of the world. And it's one of these things where, you have the ups and downs of the schedule. It seems like a couple of weeks ago, nobody could lose a game to save their life. And now you're seeing things balance out a little bit. So for the Blue Jackets, you still have a chance. It's just about, grinding it out. And this week's going to be extremely difficult. You got Carolina coming here, then you're heading over to Carolina. And the Carolina Hurricanes are coming off a pretty bad performance against Montreal Canadiens as well. So, yes, there's still a chance. I think the odds, if you look at the actual odds, are now at 51%. But for this Blue Jackets group, I mean, you're one win away to forget about everything that just happened earlier this weekend. So I feel pretty confident. Now, the important part, doesn't matter how I feel, how you feel. Hopefully that group feels confident enough to go out and perform tonight.
Jean-Luc, I was mad at you after the Boston game. I'm going to tell you why. Because when they scored the third goal, I vividly remember you saying how important it is to get that third goal. So when they did that, I was like, oh, you know what? We good. And, yeah, it wasn't enough.
I guess in crunch time, the rules don't apply, right? It's kind of like a two-stroke lead heading into 18 on the final Sunday. You feel confidence with that birdie on 17, but all of a sudden, all it takes is one shank in the trees and you're all back at even. And that's basically what happened there, right? You go to overtime, you don't know who's going to win it. So, yeah, it was an unfortunate turn of event. That was Sunday, right? Sunday against the Boston Bruins. I mean, I could not believe, you're up 3-0, you're feeling good about yourself, and it's, Boston is going to push back, right? There's no problem, but then you get in penalty trouble in that third period, and to me, that was the biggest factor, right? You lose a referee, first of all, and then you still find a way to take 2-3. I think the Blue Jackets gave 4 power play to the Boston Bruins in the last 2 periods. That's going to, especially in crunch time like that, that's going to hurt you. So, unfortunately, that third goal was not enough. I think they needed 6 or 7 in that first period to feel confident.
No kidding. Jean-Luc Grandpierre joining us as Jackets getting ready to take on Carolina Hurricanes tonight at Nationwide at 7:30. It's not a back-to-back against them, but they play them again Thursday night. So it's the next 2 games are against Carolina. As a former player, what kind of, mental challenge is there in that, where you have this team twice, it's obviously very important each of these games given the standings and where the Jackets are, but you also have to somewhat set the tone tonight, right? Knowing that you're going to play them again. You don't want to get punked in your own building and then have to go on the road. You kind of need to get this win here. That's at least the mentality I have as a fan. What is that different for a player?
No, I mean, you're right on. I think it's one of these things where you have to head into this game. First of all, as a team, as a group, as a coaching staff, you're looking at it almost like a mini playoff series, right? That's the way you're looking at it, is because your preparation is focused solely on this one team, right? So your planning and everything's going to be the same for the next 2 games, and then you may make some adjustment after the first one. But if you look at a game tonight for this Blue Jackets team, yes, you have to set the tone and be like, okay, just like the last time they played the Hurricane, that's a long time ago. The Hurricanes have forgotten about this one. The Blue Jackets, you have to forget about it. Yes, you beat them 5-1, I believe, and you dominated, but That was, 10 days ago. That's old news in the NHL. You have to focus on the today. So you have to come in with a solid plan. You know, this is a team that loves to shoot the puck a lot. They create chaos simply with their shots on net. So it's about defending, which they didn't do a great job against the Boston Bruins. And then obviously using your speed to your advantage. They got a day off yesterday. I know they didn't have their legs on Saturday, but there's no excuse for this one tonight.
When you look at this Blue Jackets team, who is the one guy that you want to step up? If you was like, you know what, this guy has to have a good game, who would it be?
Oh, boy. So as a group right now, I would say, that first line with Marchment, Fantilli, I would say the first two lines is like you're looking at, they're not playing bad, but what's happening is like, the first line of our team and the first line of the other team are being nullified because nobody's scoring necessarily, and the same thing with the second line. And now you're putting a lot of pressure on your third and fourth line to produce, which has been great, or your defenseman to produce. But now, Mathieu Olivier, I don't know what the situation is with him. Will he be in the lineup or not tonight? You lost Damon Severson on the blue line as well, who was playing excellent hockey with Zach Werenski. So now you need new people to step up and bring that physicality and bring that goal scoring. So for me, yes, I think Rick Bowness is still looking for a combination that's going to give him more consistency of more offense on a consistent basis, especially on that second unit. The first unit, they're on and off, it seems like, but that second unit, that Monahan Garland line, they got a goal yet last game with Boone Jenner there, but I don't know who's going to be there today. So to me, that's what I want to see, more offense from my top two lines.
Well, and not to continue to make this a thought on future referendums, stuff like that, but Adam Fantilli, obviously the organization cares a lot about his development. So do Blue Jackets fans. It's imperative that he becomes the player that we all hope he can be. I mean, these are the type of games that if you want to be a top-line center, you have to show up in, right? I mean, this is. I know he's a young player, but this is a big step in his development these next 3 weeks, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's a big step. And, for him, it's one of these things where, you look back and you're saying, okay, this is still a young player. This is his third season in the NHL. But also it's like you're learning on the grind. This is your third season in the season. The checking is going to be tighter, right? I mean, and that's one of the things. Right now, you're looking at Kirill Marchenko. The minute he touches the puck, even if he doesn't touch the puck, he's getting hooked. He's getting obstructed against. That's the grind that you have to literally embrace as a top player. And yes, these guys are feeling it right now, but that's what makes, a Celebrini, a Sidney Crosby tick. They love when they're getting grinding because it ups the competition and every point is that much harder to get. They embrace that. So for a young guy like Fantilli, you have to embrace and learn that process. Correct.
Great stuff, Jean-Luc. As always, we appreciate it. Look forward to hearing you tonight, and we'll talk again next week.
All right, boys. Hey, send me Tyvis back for that cannon because he's good news.
Yeah, we need to get another.
You want to step in the ring tonight?
Yeah, come on, Tyvis.
If
get
that's
down
what
there.
needs to be done for us to guarantee a victory, I'm there.
All right, kaboom. Let's do it.
Let's get him there. There we go. Jean-Luc Rompier joining us on the Fan Guest Hotline. Thanks for the time this morning. We'll talk next week, bud.
All right, boys. See ya.
There you go. Jack, it's 7:30 tonight. That is from Nationwide. We'll have coverage for you starting at 7 right here on the Fan. And yeah, they don't get any bigger at this point until you actually see the term playoffs, like the actual games being the Stanley Cup playoffs. And until you see that little X that says you are in and not eliminated, you are in the playoffs. These all are important.
You don't want that little E next to your name.
Nope. You want the X saying that you're in, and then maybe even something else that's like a symbol of they get to, host a playoff game. That just get in right now. Just get in. We'll worry about that.
You asking for a lot.
Just
right
get
now.
in. That's all we're looking for right now.
LW in the chat says, with less facial hair, Tyvis and Jean-Luc look like they could be brothers. Do I look like him with less facial hair?
I mean, I don't think so, but again, I only look at you in person every single day. So maybe
Bonjour.
Maybe with like the cameras, are not getting all the delicate features. You know what I mean? All the little intricacies of your guys' faces. Maybe that doesn't help if we're just smoothing over with the cameras. But no, I don't think so. But
I want to see how long it takes my beard to grow back.
But you shaved off when? A couple days ago?
I shaved it off Thursday night.
Oh, so it's almost been not a week, not quite a week, but
it's at the part where it's very prickly.
Look at you're still. I'm surprised you don't have more stubble going. Honestly, it's a little bit of a.
It's because he got that laser to the face.
Oh, that's right.
No, that's today.
Oh, I did not know.
Face lasers today. Good. Space lasers tomorrow.
Evening out the complexion. I didn't even know that was a thing.
There you go. The Browns are telling anyone who will listen that they are not trading Myles Garrett. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't seem to believe them. We'll tell you why next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Got some new construction starting tonight on the north side of Columbus, closer towards Westerville. A ramp, that 270 westbound ramp, you cannot get through to 71 southbound. That's going to be starting tonight at 11, lasting until 5 the next morning. As for that detour, just in case you have to head towards that area, take 270 westbound instead to 71 northbound, all the way up to Polaris Parkway. Get off there and loop back on 71 in that southbound direction. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Protect your home or business with Ramos Roofing. Trusted roofing, siding, and gutter solutions with free estimates and flexible financing. Call 614-761-7663 or visit RamosRoofingOhio.com today. Ramos Roofing. Reliable, local, built right.
Get Eco.
When your drain is clogged, our drain team will clear it for just $93. If we can't clear it, it's free. And we guarantee it will stay clear for at least a year, or we'll clear it again for free.
Get Eco.
Go to geteco.com.
Hey, it's Anthony. By now you know my Good Feet story, but the point I try to get across is that it's an ongoing one for me. For as long as I can remember, it's always been about my lower back. But when I got fitted for my personal arch supports, it's been an absolute game changer. I feel better. They take all the stress off my back. I feel supported and aligned, and you don't hear me complain about it the way I used to. I could feel the difference instantly, and I didn't have to wait to feel that difference. Once I got fitted, popped them in my shoes, took the test walk around the store, and now on a daily basis, everything feels better. And that's what I mean about an ongoing story. This journey to feeling my pain disappear makes everything better. You can make an appointment online or just stop into the Good Feet store in Grove City or the one on Polaris Parkway in Westerville, and their experts will personally fit you. Then do what I did. Take a test walk around, and you will feel the difference. Do your feet a favor. Get started at goodfeet.com.
The Big Nine was a sad, incomplete place. Enter Ohio State. The rest is history. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan. Two men who both know the value of a good hat.
Your ball!
This is Bone and Tyvis.
By the way, coming up today at 11 a.m., Ryan Day has a press conference. You will hear that press conference during Bishop and Friends. They will air it live, so you'll get to hear that. Also, I saw in Bishop and Friends, they're having Tuesdays with Taberry, which they always do, 10:30. I believe Dami is celebrating his 45th anniversary here at the station.
Every time he posts that on Twitter or X, it's always like, is he retiring? Like, it always comes off as that. And it's like, whoa, wait, did I miss something?
No, but it's just that's another year that he's been here at the station. 45 years.
I'm just hoping to make it to 45 years of life.
Well, I mean, I'm telling you, like, I look pretty old, but I turned 44 this year is what I'm telling you. So, like, he's been doing this since before I was born. So, yeah, no one has more experience in this market than Dom Taberry when it comes to covering sports. And whenever he posts those videos, they go back. I saw one on Instagram that 10 TV posted, which was some of his, like, various things they had him doing as a young man. Like, they have him out with the Harlem Globetrotters. They have him ziplining, all kinds of stuff. And
now he's kicking it with Bigfoot.
He does. He does really enjoy the Bigfoot stuff. I saw. He found very quickly how the AI can make artwork that's a lot of fun. So he likes to use that from time to time. All right. So I don't know exactly.
Hold on, wait. Before you jump into that.
Go ahead.
William Daniels is 99 years old, and he's still alive.
Who's William Daniels?
Mr. Feeney off of Boy Meets World.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't know why I didn't recognize the name, because he's also the voice of Kit on Knight Rider, the car that David Hasselhoff used to drive around.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he was. Same guy. So let him live. Happy birthday. 99 years old. Good for him.
He is I didn't know he was still going. Good for him. He got to make it to 100 now. He can't get to 99 and then bow out,
No, that's exactly right. So Andrew Berry was talking, this was yesterday. They had the NFL owners meetings. They're still ongoing, I guess. The annual league meeting is what it is in Phoenix. And he talked on Sunday, actually, about, the Browns saying they are not trading Myles Garrett. He said if we wanted to trade Myles, we wouldn't have needed to make a contract adjustment, so it doesn't have anything to do with that. This all stems from the fact that a few days ago, the Browns changed some of the language in Myles Garrett's contract. They adjusted it so the money, rather than coming out now, like at the start of the league year, it comes out closer to the timing of when the season starts. That affects a few things from bookmaking perspectives for NFL teams. It allows you to have a little bit more cap flexibility, things like that. We said at the time that this is something the Browns love to do. With all their big contracts, they've done it with Deshaun Watson for years. They've done it
kick the money down, push the money down.
They like to change things like that. However, outside of Berea, a lot of NFL people have noticed this and said, well, this doesn't seem to benefit Myles Garrett in any significant way. It's not like it hurts his money. It's still, he's getting his money either way. But it's not like they did something that is, the player would come and say, I want more money up front. And they said, sure, here you go. Let's change the contract a little bit. Mm-hmm. Basically, all this did was make it more team-friendly, which, of course, we know. The Browns like a team-friendly deal. But Myles Garrett was apparently, there would be no necessarily motivation for him to say, yeah, I'll change my contract around, other than he just wants to help his team do what they want to do from cap flexibility. Mm-hmm. The thought is, though, from the NFL executives who look at this stuff every day, they're like, yeah, usually when a player does that, they're getting something that they want in return. And it doesn't appear anything was given to Myles Garrett to get this deal done. Mm-hmm. So that has led to speculation that what he wants is to get out of Cleveland. And so they have moved this around to make it easier to potentially trade him. Now, there was a lot of good reporting on this, because I saw multiple people who then reached out to NFL GMs, agents, everyone else and said, have you heard anything? Have you contacted the Browns? And everyone who has contacted the Browns who would have the ability to possibly trade for Myles Garrett has said, oh, yeah, we kicked the tires on it. They really don't want to trade him. Mm-hmm. So it's still a bit of a mystery why they did this, other than Andrew Berry just likes to move numbers around. This has caused some confusion among the NFL elites when it comes to Myles Garrett.
I was listening to Zach Jackson talk about it, and I think the one thing he said was that it provides long-term relief. It's not going to do anything right now. It's not doing a lot right now, but down a couple years from now, it's something that you'll be like, we glad we did that. And I think it has to do, obviously, with the salary cap.
From the team standpoint.
With the salary cap jumping as it's been doing, a lot of teams want to keep kicking money down the road because, instead of taking a $60 million hit here, let's make it 30 and just kick that other 30 down the road. When the money goes up, it won't make that big of a difference. So I think that's kind of where.
That's always been their logic, though. And yet now what do we hear every time? It's like, well, we would make this move, but Deshaun Watson's contract is just so abysmal. It's like, yes, because you made it that way.
Correct.
You wrote it that way, and then you've adjusted it multiple times.
They're going to continue to keep kicking it down the road.
So they've learned nothing. Not that I don't.
Well, you have to have an owner that's like, I'll write the check.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is, with Deshaun Watson, I don't think people would care as much about the cap being so awful if Deshaun Watson was as good as he was advertised to be. And if he was leading you to the playoffs every year.
They're saying that he's looking really good. They're saying he's looking like 2020 Deshaun Watson.
Sure. I'll believe it when I see it, Tyvis. And even then, I'll believe that let's say he's playing the best football of his life. Will Deshaun Watson stay healthy for an entire 17-game season?
Well, they said that they're open to giving him another extension.
Oh, my God. Oh, good. And you know what? Then good. Let's do that, and then let's add.
Jimmy
and then
said that he's open to giving him another. If he played really well, Jimmy would give him an extension.
Back to Myles Garrett. The whole thing here is that the Browns love to kick the can down the road when it comes to finances, and their thought is, well, the salary cap will be so huge by then, it'll be less of an impact. But the problem is, if the player isn't keeping up his end of the bargain, at some point, then you have a contract that looks worse and worse and worse as the player also starts to look worse and worse and worse. I don't hope that that's going to happen with Myles Garrett. I don't think it will. I think it's less likely to be the case like what happened with Deshaun Watson. But it's still out there that, you're deferring money to the end of this deal in an effort to clear some space up right now. And for Myles Garrett, there's really no benefit to that other than, well, I just want to help the team win, which maybe that's all it was. Maybe his thought is this will help us win right now.
Didn't he?
Go out and get
isn't he the one on record saying, I just care about winning?
Yes, supposedly, but then he signed a contract with the Cleveland Browns, which kind of undercut that whole argument because they don't seem to care about winning nearly as much as they should.
Well, he does. If they say, hey, Myles, this is going to help us win, he should be all in.
And then I would look at them and go, oh, really? What is the track record of winning that you speak of here?
You getting the money? What difference does it make?
So I'm just letting people know if you're wondering why is this keep coming up that they're going to trade Myles Garrett? The answer is because everyone around the league is like, it's rare that a player would change their contract in this way unless they were getting something. There's no visible benefit to Myles Garrett, so the benefit is assumed to be he wants out, and this makes it easier to trade his contract. Does it actually make his contract easier to trade? Not before June 1st. And if you were going to, again, let's just live in a hypothetical world where you were going to trade Myles Garrett, Tyvis. Would you want to trade him after the draft or before the draft?
Oh, before.
Right. Because what are you going to get in return? You're going to get some picks.
After the draft, you talking 27 picks. Come on,
Everybody
come get
does
it.
this with the 27's the
okay, that's what they say.
Yeah,
it's
but
supposed to be it's like 8 generational players in 2027.
You know what?
That's what they say. I'm just telling you.
You know what that implies? Then that you
telling you what they. I'm just telling you what they saying.
You know what I'd rather have?
The streets is talking.
Let me just. I don't want to. I'm not
it's a great
saying
mixtape, by the way. The streets is calling my future. Go look it up.
I'm not saying that they're going to trade anyone, right? I don't think that necessarily they have to trade Myles Garrett for this team to improve. But if someone came to you and said, right now, I will give you our first round pick, which is top 5, and I will give you next year's top whatever it is, first round pick, presumably from a bad organization. Could be a top 10 pick again.
So 2 first-round picks for Myles?
And then some other stuff, too.
I tell him GTH.
No. It'd be, and then other stuff, too. Okay, maybe it's 3 first-round picks. Remember,
let's talk about it.
Remember, the Browns.
He gone.
Remember the Browns?
He gone.
What was the proposal they put forward with the NFL this offseason?
To get 5, you could trade 5 years down the line.
You can only trade 3 years down the line picks right now. They wanted to expand it. People thought that was because then they would also want that for the Myles Garrett trade.
All the coaches have said about that, too. That's absurd.
They said it's absurd.
There's a 0% chance that that's going to happen.
But my point is, that's why people think.
There's no way that's going to happen.
I'm just telling you.
And they are the ones, they are the inventors of blank them picks.
Well, true enough. I'm just saying, if the Browns could get a first-round pick this year to go with pick number 6 and pick number 24, and then 2 picks next year, something crazy like that.
They get that. First of all, ain't nobody doing that.
Probably not.
If they did that, Myles is out of here.
Of course he is. I'm just saying that's where the speculation comes from, is that yes, they're making the deal possibly a little more friendly to trade, but we'll see if that happens. I kind of doubt that it will. I have a story about the NFL that blew my mind. I had no idea about this figure being so important in the NFL. We will talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hi there. Well, no crashes to report or talk about as of right now, but we're still closely monitoring some slowdowns for our friends in Canal Winchester. Oh, yeah, 33, that westbound direction over by Gender Road. You're down to 19 miles per hour for your speed, so keep that in mind. It does get a lot better passing this area, though, over by that 33 and 270 intersection. For the most part, though, looking pretty good on your Tuesday. Elsewhere throughout the metro, seeing some slowdowns, though, on the northwest part of our city, heading towards Dublin. Between 33, 42 to 161. Got you there at a 3-minute commute. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
I'm Roger from Columbus. I've lived in Ohio all my life. Owning your home is a cornerstone of the American dream. But for seniors, property taxes keep going up and are costing us everything we've worked for. They're even making it impossible for my grandkids to afford their first homes. Vivek Ramaswamy believes when you own your home, you're in charge. As governor, he'll roll back property taxes to levels from before the end of the pandemic. It's a practical plan that will put thousands of dollars back in your pocket next year while maintaining strong education and dependable police and fire. Ohio's politicians have ignored this crisis for too long. But Vivek Ramaswamy isn't a politician. He's an entrepreneur, and he's ready to fight for you. Ohio needs a leader who makes your life more affordable. That's Vivek Ramaswamy.
Lower costs, bigger paychecks, better schools. Vivek Ramaswamy for governor.
Paid for by Vivek Ramaswamy and Rob McCauley for Ohio.
This is Gordon Miller for Miller Lending, the original home of the no-cost mortgage. If you've been in the market for a new home or just wanted to take advantage of lower rates, Recent events have shown exactly why Miller Lending chose to offer a way around bad timing with our no closing cost program. With no fees rolled in or charged, including the cost of title insurance, you can simply close on today's rates and refinance free of charge as rates improve. Over the past several months, we spoke to numerous borrowers who had heard rates were coming down and chose to wait. We explained that if rates did fall, you could simply update a few documents and refinance again, but why take the chance? So when rates spiked 0.5% recently, not only was I disappointed that we couldn't help those who waited, but also for those buying a home who just saw a sharp increase to their monthly payment. So while we can't control the market, we can offer an alternative. Eliminate timing and say goodbye to closing costs forever. 877-9-NO-COST, or simply apply online at nocostmortgage.com. Miller Lending is an equal housing lender and MLS number 250-2146.
Take your shot to save at Great Lakes Hyundai in Columbus or Dublin. Make a basket for extra savings on top of big shot deals on every model from Elantra to Palisade. Go now, Dublin or Columbus, or glakeshyundai.com. See dealer for details. Ends 3/31.
We can come the day you call us.
We're 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Brian, I've been meaning to ask you something.
Okay, ask away.
Sometimes when we're talking, I hear a little sparkling sound.
Is it when one of us says, all you have to do is point?
There it is. Did you hear that?
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic? Like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Hi, I'm Connie Britton. I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Pepsi Prebiotic Cola in original and cherry vanilla. That Pepsi taste you love with no artificial sweeteners, only 30 calories, just 5 grams of sugar, and 3 grams of prebiotic fiber. That great Pepsi taste with even more to love. Pepsi Prebiotic Cola. Unbelievably Pepsi.
I lost count of how many foster homes I lived in. 20, maybe more. Each time, a new family, a new room, but never a space that felt like mine.
There are more than 100,000 children in foster care waiting to be adopted. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is working to help find them a permanent home.
Now I have my own room and decorated it myself. And just like my family, it's mine to keep.
If you have room in your home or your heart, see how you can help at davethomasfoundation.org.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Spring is right around the corner, and we bet you're excited for warmer weather. But as the temperatures rise, make sure your energy bills don't. Keep those cooling costs low with Window Nation's high-quality, energy-efficient products. Simply request a consultation where their experts will visit your home, spot problem areas, and make recommendations. Your customized windows can be installed in a day. Once completed, your home will be shielded from outside hot air while you remain cool and comfortable inside throughout the spring and summer. With Window Nation, your house won't just look great, but you'll also have peace of mind. All of Window Nation's products are backed by a lifetime warranty. In fact, there's no better time to upgrade your home with Window Nation than right now. In March, the more you buy, the more savings you could enjoy, up to 50% off all window styles. And be sure to ask about Window Nation's generous financing options, including $0 down, 0% interest for 60 months, and payments as little as $199 a month. Visit windownation.com today to schedule your free consultation. Once again, that's windownation.com.
Think you know Buckeye football? These two say, hold my beer. The Beat with Austin and Berm.
Sponsored by the Waterworks.
Daily on the Fan's YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan. The Fan Poll is sponsored by JT's Pizza and Pub, home of award-winning pizza and 32-ounce Yingling drafts for only $4. One of these men was prom king. The other is Tyvis. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
You enjoy hearing Tyvis Powell. Good news. He's on now on this show. I guess that's good news. However, he's also going to be on at 1:30 with Rothman and Ice.
Well, allegedly.
Why allegedly?
Because I get my my laser is at 1:15.
Oh, you're getting lasered.
So I need to see. I don't know how long it's going to take.
Have you notified the producers of that show?
I did. I text Cole. He's not awake.
Okay.
I'm sure Cole's awake.
I mean, maybe.
Obviously, Cole later. I text Cole. I text him like, maybe 20 minutes ago.
Okay,
20, 30
good.
minutes.
Well, Cole told me on the air, so this is no secret, that he doesn't book guests on their show. I was like, what a great life you're living.
Cole
sounds a little bit jealous.
No, he texts me.
Sounds like Dylan wants. Oh, this is what that is. Dylan wants you to book all the guests, Tyvis. He wants you to call famous people that you know for him, even though his job is to book the guests.
That is what I do.
That happens all the time.
No, I know.
I'm using my resources.
He goes, Tyvis, can you see if such and such can come on the show at this time? Yeah.
I will talk to Dylan.
That's like Chim. You just asked me about Chim.
Yeah.
He's like, sure.
Yep, that's right.
I know my role in society, and I know Tyvis's, and that's that.
No, Dylan, that's an excuse. You can go get guests. You just have to work harder. That's what it is.
I am getting guests through Tyvis. Look, Brian doesn't have to do anything.
That's right. Yeah, that's it. That's good. Yeah. Hey, Dylan, can you get a guest on? Yeah, sure. Hang on a second. Tyvis, could you do my job for me, please? Tyvis has got too many jobs. He's already got enough jobs. Let him do his other jobs. You do yours. How about that? So I said something from the NFL blows my mind, and I knew this fact, but I had forgotten about it. Did you know that Chris Collinsworth owns Pro Football Focus, PFF?
I did not know that.
I knew that. That's why the graphic is always up on when they do Sunday Night Football.
That's right. Yeah, they do bring up the PFF graphics all the time. They always point out like what the grades are for these guys.
The PFF is dead to me, so.
Why is it dead to you?
Because they sit there. I will sit there. Two reasons. One, I've lived it to where I've played in a game and know that I did everything I was supposed to do correctly, to where, like, you after the game's over, you go see your coaches and they give you your grade for the game. And
because the coaches know the game plan.
Correct.
They know what they asked you to do.
And I know what I graded out as.
From the coaches.
Correct.
Okay.
And then, but it doesn't measure with the PFF. Those two grades were two totally different grades.
Because they don't know what you're supposed to do.
No.
They don't know what your responsibilities were.
Correct.
Okay.
So that's one reason. And then two, even today, like, I will watch a game, look at somebody and say, oh yeah, they play really well. They did X, Y, and Z. So I know that they go to grade out well. Grades come out, it's terrible. I'm like, are you kidding me? I literally just watched this man play. You telling me it's terrible? Like, no. So they're dead to me.
Yeah. Well, sadly for them, if you work there, you may not anymore, because what happened here is Pro Football Focus got
they're about
sold.
to be dead to everybody.
Yeah, it got acquired by a company called Teamworks. This is per Sports Business Journal, and the deal structure offers some clarity on what it means for Chris Collinsworth. He's owned that company since 2014, which, again...
Teamworks. Is it black and green?
I don't know the logo, actually. Maybe
like
you know what it is. I don't know.
Why do I know that?
In either case, so the question was, what's going to happen to PFF's public-facing content arm? So Teamworks doesn't do anything on the content side. What they do is they acquire these properties largely involved with like data and analytics, and then they use that stuff. That's part of what their company does. They don't actually do a lot of the like front-facing stuff. So apparently Collinsworth is going to stay on as an advisory role of this deal. The deal is north of $100 million.
Why do I know Teamwork? I got it downloaded on my phone, but I don't know why.
All right.
You probably applied for a job on there.
No, I ain't applied for no job.
That's right. Yeah, because he's always like, that's right.
First of all,
if it's on his phone, he probably applied for a job.
First of all, I don't think I've ever applied for a job in my life.
Oh, wow. Really? You just get asked?
You get recruited?
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got recruited to play football, so that makes sense. Then ever since then, you've been that guy. So that actually makes a lot of sense now that I think about it.
This is going to bother me now because I know Teamworks, but I don't know why I know it.
In either case, Pro Football Focus, supposedly they had to lay off a bunch of people from this acquisition. That was one of the first moves that happened. So I saw, yesterday there were a bunch of different people who write for Pro Football Focus who said, well, it's my last day here. It's been a fun run. See what I'm going to do next. So I don't know how much of Pro Football Focus, what it will look like going forward. Apparently it's still going to exist. They're still going to do content. They're still going to have stuff, but it may not look quite the same as it used to. Good news is they're keeping Chris Collinsworth on. So if you enjoy what he does, even though he doesn't really have a lot to do with the day-to-day operations of, making the grades, he's still going to be somehow involved in this deal. But I just always forget that Chris Collinsworth is the guy who owns this company.
I mean, are you kidding me?
That's Timmy Hall.
T-Bone, why
Chris
do I
Collinsworth.
know teamwork?
I don't know why you know it. Why don't you know you know it?
Was this like some NIL stuff? I live too many lives.
This show.
By the way, I found statistical evidence why Tyvis hates PFF.
Why is that?
His season with the Niners was the only time he had enough snaps to be qualified, and he had a 55.2 overall rating.
That's ridiculous.
That's what he's talking
ridiculous.
about.
That's ridiculous.
Because your team told you were doing a great job.
Yeah.
Everybody was happy with the job you were doing.
I mean, I got fired after the game, but that's a whole other story for a whole other day. I played really well. I got fired the next week, but that's nothing to do with
Tyvis,
that.
wait, are you telling me you're no longer in the NFL? I was under the impression
they wouldn't let me back. I tried everything. They said, nope, you're just not good enough. And you just got to accept it.
By the Seahawks, was it one time?
No.
You got cut more than one time by the Seahawks?
You have to ask AR.
I think Anthony
Didn't
Rothman
the
might
Seahawks
know.
release you twice?
That's right. There we go. Thank you, AR. I appreciate it. Guy in the NHL played last night knowing the other team was going to try to hurt him. I will explain that next and more of your hot takes on a Hot Take Tuesday. That's all coming up next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Another reminder about some major repairs happening in Delaware County. It's on 315 in both directions, officially closed between State Route 750 to 23 up there by Stratford. It will be because of some building retaining walls going on with those projects, as well as replacing culverts. As for the detour, really taking advantage of 23 to get you all around that 315 project. 23 southbound, for example, to State Route 750 westbound. Get you back going eventually on 315. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you've ever had somebody do work at your house, it's annoying as crap, at least to me, when someone shows up to your house that you never met, you've never worked with, and you didn't hire to do the job. Subcontractors, I understand why they exist, but for me, I want to work with a company that's going to bring people who know what they're doing, who are trained by the company to put their product in. On time, on budget, no surprises at the end. That's what Baths R Us does every single time. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. And the big difference with them, they have local crews. They never sub out the work. The people who show up to your door, they're trained by Baths R Us. They're actually employees of the company, not some random crew they hired last week. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space that you're proud of, they build it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call them today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. Kind of a rare thing these days. Call them today, 380-225-BATH. That's 380-225-BATH. Baths R Us, bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
For over 78 years, our family's been part of your love stories. At Diamond Seller, we offer bigger diamonds, better prices, and timeless designs for every chapter of your life. From your first yes to your forever I do, trust the jeweler who knows diamonds best. Visit Diamond Seller today.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-0000. That's 800-791-0000.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing.
Call 1-800-COOLING.
Coffee, iced cap, refreshers. Tim Hortons has all your favorite beverages. And now you can get your favorite bite for less. When you buy any size beverage, add a baked daily donut for $1, a tasty bagel for $2, or a freshly cracked hot breakfast sandwich for just $3. So next time you order your favorite Tim's beverage, add something that satisfies your cravings and your wallet. The $1, $2, $3 menu. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, must ask for offer in restaurant. Tax extra exclusions and terms apply.
Hey there, friends. High Bank isn't just award-winning whiskey. They also make the best vodka in America. With 3 Central Ohio locations serving scratch-made food and craft cocktails, High Bank is perfect for date night, game day, or drinks with friends. Learn more at highbankco.com. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
Aetna was there for me as I was going through a rough medical patch this year. I had peace of mind, which helped with my healing.
Those words from a real Aetna Medicare Advantage member speak to why U.S. News & World Report named us a best Medicare Advantage company. Because we show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when requested. We show up with the latest in online tools for easier access to healthcare. We show up for you. Because that's how healthier happens together. Member feedback has been edited for length and clarity.
I need a small order of sheet metal to repair something in the shop. It's not much, but can you help me out?
At Metal Supermarkets, no order is too small.
Wait, really?
Yep.
What about small home projects?
Yep.
For a car I'm working on?
Yep.
Any kind of metal?
Yep.
Cut to size?
Yep.
With no minimum order?
Yep.
How about 1,000 cut pieces of aluminum flat bar?
Yep. Choose from over 8,000 types, shapes, and grades of metal in any quantity you need. And yes, we're serious. Any metal, any size, ready fast. Locally owned on Wilson Road.
We got a higher home appraisal after we put away our African art and family photos.
Has this happened to you because of race or national origin? Contact HUD at hud.gov/fair housing. A message from HUD and the National Fair Housing Alliance.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The Columbus Blue Jackets will continue their playoff push tonight when they play the Carolina Hurricanes at Nationwide Arena. Coverage starts at 7 o'clock right here on The Fan. The Jackets currently hold the last wild card spot in the Eastern Conference. On the diamond, Chase Burns earned his first career win for the Reds in a 2-0 win over the Pirates. Meanwhile, the Cleveland Guardians beat the Los Angeles Dodgers out in L.A. 4-2. On the court, Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley scored 34 points each to help guide the Cavs to a 122-113 victory over the Utah Jazz. And finally, yesterday, Amare Bynum announced he will return to Ohio State for his sophomore season. This update is sponsored by Green & Sons. Find your next Kubota tractor at Green & Sons, located in Mount Sterling and north of Marysville, and online at greenandsons.com. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Tyvis is drinking a protein shake for breakfast. T-Bone is eating a protein donut, minus the protein. And it's more than one donut. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
YouTube chat is interesting today, to say the least. Hey, I booted somebody out of the chat today because I don't have time for it today. There's I don't care. People come into our YouTube chat, which, by the way, go to YouTube, 971 The Fan, click on T-Bone and Tyvis. You can come at me, you can come at Tyvis, you can come at Dylan, especially Dylan, all day long. Say as much as you want about Dylan. He sucks. And we do too. However, in the chat, when you come into the chat and you start being rude to the people who are there every day, no.
Well, Dylan's going, he's got Twitter fingers. Dylan going to message you back.
I'm just saying. He will, for sure. But
I did this morning.
To quote Damon Wayans from In Living Color, homie, don't play that. So I'm done with that today. So I did boot somebody from the chat. So if you wonder why, that's why. So that guy can come back, I'm sure, some other time. Just behave yourself. Be nice to the people in the chat. We don't need anybody being stupid in the chat and being mean to the people who are there every single day.
Somebody was mean to me in the chat.
What'd they say?
They said that
it was probably this guy.
No,
he was being rude.
They were saying that Jean-Luc looks more like Denzel than me. AJ Hawks too.
You know what?
Like Denzel, like he ain't.
When Bluey
my
get
father.
Here? Wait, what did he say? What did she say? What did Bluey? What did? Oh, that. Don't play that episode of Bluey. If you've not seen that episode of Bluey, that one will rip your heart out. Jean-Luc, where's Jean-Luc? And it's like, au revoir, bye-bye. It's like, gone, forever. Forever. Until what? She's like a grown-up? Which, by the way, I learned that after like 2 years of watching Bluey. The Bluey's a she.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't know that at first.
They both are. Bluey
I didn't realize that, though. I don't know why. I guess because I'm a male-centric guy. I just thought it was a boy.
They had a last name. I was watching the episode with
They're the healers.
Yeah,
the healers.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Because they're red and blue healers.
That's exactly right. In fact, our neighbors recently got a dog within the last like 6 months.
Bluey? Bingo.
It's a healer. And so now we call it like, oh, the Bluey dog is out. The dog has a name. I haven't learned the name. It's the Bluey dog. Every time the kids are like, oh, it's the Bluey dog is out. But that's what we say now.
AJ's Hawk Tua also said in the YouTube chat, he mentioned me and said, can we get PJ Fleck of the Flecktones in as a guest?
Row the boat. Let's go, let's go. Minnesota pride. Oh, bathed in maroon, showered in gold. The Gophers are back. PJ Fleck and the Flecktones.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Let's get them on.
I mean, Minnesota doesn't play Ohio State this year.
Who cares?
But okay. I was going to say the next time they will, I will vow to try to get PJ Fleck on. And with your guys' permission, play PJ Fleck.
You know what? Why don't we... Now, this is too big of a goal, I feel like. Why don't we get every Big Ten coach on? Let's do it. Let's talk.
No, I like that. I'm writing it down.
Let's talk to Pat Fitzgerald, and I can tell him how much I think he's overrated and bad.
I'm writing this down to ask Tyvis to get all the Big Ten coaches on the show.
Exactly how it'll go. That's exactly what'll happen. It'll be like, sorry, Bone, I couldn't get the guest because Tyvis doesn't have everybody's number for me. That's right.
You want me to have good relationship with these coaches?
Yes, use your connections with the Big Ten Network
that's right.
to do my job for me.
They have sports information directors. You call them and you say, hi, can you come on our show? And they'll say no, and you go, all right, but when? And you just be persistent.
Well, the problem with that is when I do the Big Ten, I don't talk with the coaches. Cam does.
Your
Cam,
no-host.
Yeah, Cam does that.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll ask you to ask Cam to ask PJ Fleck.
No, Dylan, just go through the sports information. Go through their people at the school and see if they'll come on.
Okay.
It's fine. And we'll talk to Kyle Whittingham about how he's very handsome Mang. Utah tried to get him to go away, and he said, screw you, I'm going to a better school. And I mean, I hate to say that, but Michigan, better school than Utah, right? We can acknowledge that.
Utah
has me a little concerned. That's all I'm going to say. Hot Take Tuesday. This comes from Chris G in our YouTube chat. The NCAA tournament should end next weekend. Start the Final Four on Friday and then play the national championship Sunday. It's gone too long. Let's wrap it up. I mean, that would only be a day early. But I do not like the idea of starting the national championship game at probably a 9:20 p.m. tip-off on a Monday night. Why do they do that? Like, I get put it on Sunday because you know what they want is they want the next morning everyone to discuss the NCAA tournament on all the talking head shows, on shows like ours. They want all that talk about the NCAA tournament. I guess putting it on Monday means you're going to guarantee Monday people are going to talk about the tournament, and then Tuesday they're going to react to it. Just put it on Sunday and actually put it at a time where more people could watch it, not at 9 p.m. at night, like I'm sure they're going to do. But whatever. That's a good take by him. I agree with that.
I mean, technically the national championship game is being played in the Final Four. So,
well, yeah, with
Arizona
and Michigan.
Yeah, that is on Saturday at 8:49. That is the national.
That is going to be a very good game. I'm with you on that. And you're right. That probably is for the national championship. Sad to say. I hope Arizona wins.
Those two teams are good enough that I think I can stay awake for that one.
Wow.
It's pretty late, though.
That's so good of you, Dylan, to stay awake for like one of the biggest college basketball games of the year.
It's going to be like after 11 o'clock when that game's over.
I know. God forbid.
Quentin said we didn't read his hot take. So
Let me see if I can find it.
I'm looking right at it.
All right.
Hot take. I think there should be punishment for simply being a bad parent. Yesterday on my route, I had a kid no older than 5 point a pellet gun at me and threatened to kill me. Who raises you?
5-year-old?
I don't know about the kill you part, but back in my day, I'd have shot you with the pellet gun.
That's because you were watching Jerry Springer as a kid. You were all about the drama.
I was into the gun movies and all that. Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, Quentin is a delivery driver, so he sees a lot of random stuff on there. But yeah, that would kind of break me. If a 5-year-old was like, yeah, hi, how are you? Thanks for the stuff you're bringing to our house. I want to kill you.
My
I'd be
favorite
like,
thing used to be like the cap guns. So the cap guns.
oh, they make the noise, but they don't shoot anything.
They don't shoot anything.
Yeah.
But you shoot that, pow!
Oh, it
used to
sounds
be at the
great.
dollar store. Oh, back when things was actually $1.
Yeah, no kidding.
Let's go to the dollar store and get them cap guns. Ooh, I had a time.
I bet.
Thought I was in a Western.
My girl told me the other day that Dollar Tree, it's $1.25 now.
Are we?
That's it. There's no more dollar
You seem
stores.
shocked by this.
Well, they were the ones that held true to the dollar store name.
I still, dude, this is before your guys' time, but I still remember there was a show on called Tiny Toons, a cartoon, and I think it was either Tiny Toons or Animaniacs, one of those shows. It was done by the Warner Brothers people. Anyway, but the whole bit was they went into a store and they asked this like employee, how much is this? And he was like, well, it's $1. It's the dollar store. And then the next week, like, what about this? And they'd be like, once again, it's the dollar store. And it was just, that was the whole like 8-minute episode of this cartoon. Wow. And as a kid, you could not tell me that wasn't the funniest thing alive. I'm sure my parents were probably just like, I don't want to watch this episode again, because it was the same thing over and over. It's like, everything you behold is just $1. And I thought it was the greatest comedic exercise in history.
You know how much you could do with $1 back in the day?
Oh my gosh.
$1.
Hey, by the way, tonight, throw it back.
Oh, yeah, 10 cents.
It's 10 cent.
Dime a dog.
Dime a dog night at the Clippers game. I believe it's their opener, right?
It's the only time that $1 gets you far.
Man, I tell you what.
$1.
When I moved here from New York, the dollar store was expensive because in New York, they call it the 99-cent store. Did you guys know that?
No, yeah. Now that you say that, I am aware that people call it that, but yeah, we had to get that extra penny out here in the Midwest. Had to get that from you.
Oh my goodness.
The 99-cent store in New York. Yeah, I guarantee you, in New York, it's not 99 cents now. It's definitely not.
They've gotten rid of all the 99-cent stores, I'm sure.
So I got this story. Radko Gudas, if you're not familiar, is the captain of the Anaheim Ducks, right? So he's a guy who ran into Austin Matthews from Toronto a couple weeks ago, blew out his MCL. He's out for the year. It was a vicious hit. It was obviously looked like he was trying to do something there. It wasn't great.
Yes.
However, Toronto did not stand up at the time and do anything about it. They didn't go after him in that game. Even though Matthews left the game, they didn't try to retaliate for one of their big stars getting hurt in the game. Well, last night was the first matchup since that game with Anaheim and Toronto. It was out in Anaheim, so it was a 10 o'clock start. They asked Radko Gudas, who had been in a walking boot the day prior, if he was going to play in this game or not, knowing full well Toronto had both barrels for him. They were ready to make him pay. And here is what Radko Gudas had to say about it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough game. One of the reasons why I want to select the play. It's part of it, too, that not only you want to play, but that if you're not in there, you don't want your teammates to be susceptible to any retribution. Exactly, that's another thing. Stand behind my own mistakes a little longer. That's one of the reasons.
All right, apparently he's future. He likes to mumble as well. I didn't realize that audio. I don't know. It didn't sound like that when we listened to it earlier. I don't know what just happened.
I feel the need to apologize for that audio.
That's fine.
But it didn't sound like that.
Basically, what he said was, I'm going out there because I know that I don't want anybody else to pay the price for what I did. I'm going to stand behind my mistake. I'm going to be out there to own it. So literally the puck drops.
Yep.
There are 20 minutes on the clock. 1959. Max Domi from Toronto gets into it with Radko Gudas right at the start.
So just one fight. And Max Domi, in the pencil of captain, is teeing off. Is he ever? And Max Domi gets more than a measure of revenge.
Max Domi beat the hell out of him. He really didn't even fight. He just stood there and basically said, all right, I'm going to grab your jersey. We're going to act like we're fighting. And then it just went. So he played more of the game, did Radko Gudas, but he ended up.
They came and found him, too, and they came and blindsided him.
They got him a couple times in this game. And so then second period, midway through the second, he left.
This is the part of why I knew I couldn't play hockey because, again, somebody do me like, it ain't even about the puck no more. I don't even care about the puck. Like, you go die.
Wait, because someone hit your guy or because
they try to take me out?
Oh, he went in fully knowing. I'm going out
And
there
guess
because
what?
I know if I skip this game, it's just going to be bad for my teammates.
I would have went out there too, fully knowing that they was going to be on it, but I'm going to be on it too.
Yeah. I mean, he fought back. He tried to fight Max Holloway, but
he didn't.
No,
he
they
didn't.
got on the ground. He's trying to wrestle around with him a little bit, and it's like...
No, he didn't even throw a punch. I would have... No, we would have...
Well, he wasn't
do it
good
now.
at it. I'll give
do
you
it.
that.
Like, I mean, come on now.
Is Deshaun Watson going to be QB1 in Cleveland this year? Details next. Spoiler alert. I hope not. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Tuesday. Right now, roads are getting really busy over on the east side by Gahanna. First up, there's going to be a crash 270 in that southbound direction just passing Easton. That left lane is currently blocked. You're already down to 12 miles per hour for your slowdowns and your speeds. We also have a disabled vehicle, though, not too far away, affecting that 270 northbound direction to Morse Road. Lane restrictions also expected out there. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Colin Man here for Jermaine. Everybody's talking about affordability when buying a car these days, but the truth is, GoJermaine.com has a great selection of affordable inventory. Maybe that tax return's going to hit your mailbox pretty soon. Well, go see my friends because they have 300 new cars under 30 grand, over 300 used cars under 20 grand, and it's only at GoJermaine.com. And along with their $1,000 price promise, no one's going to sell you a car for less. Get started at GoJermaine.com.
This is Gordon Miller from Miller Lending, the original home of the no-cost mortgage. Back in 1989, when I first went on the radio to introduce this whole no closing cost concept, where you could actually close on your mortgage without the lender taking $15,000, I had no idea if I had created the next pet rock fad of the day or something that would define my career over the course of the next 37 years. But once mortgage rates fell from 9 down to 6, our business exploded and I never looked back. You see, a no-cost loan is the only consumer-friendly mortgage where the homeowner actually holds all the cards. Short funds to close, eliminate thousands of dollars in closing costs. Rates are now down almost 2% from the peak, but you're holding off due to the cost of a refi? Not anymore. So let's start you down that path of eliminating closing costs once and for all and keep that money where it belongs, with you. 877-9-NO-COST. That's 877-9-NO-COST. Or simply apply online at nocostmortgage.com. Miller Lending is an equal housing lender and MLS number 250-2146.
Planet Fitness has everything you need to power your progress, so you can give everything you've got, all for just 1 cent down. Whether you want to get the most out of our best-in-class equipment or go all in with free fitness training, our trainers are ready to help you get stronger than ever before. Take your workout to the next level at Planet Fitness. Join the club today for 1 cent down, $15 a month. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, April 10th. You ready? Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. See club for details.
Get Eco.
ECO. Aaron? Yeah, Jerry? Something is wrong. Something's wrong? Yeah, it's definitely something.
Get Eco.
ECO. Thumping and bumping and jumping. What is? But it's not pumping.
Get Eco.
ECO. Jerry? Yeah, Aaron. Are we talking about your sump pump? Yeah. Isn't it great? Isn't what great? I like the sound of it. Sump pump. Sump pump, sump pump, sump pump.
Get Eco.
ECO. Jerry, can you keep a secret? Aaron, I'm as silent as a bank vault in Switzerland. I kind of like to say it too. Hey, I should invent a sump pump that lets you know when it's working. How would it do that? It would say, sump pump, sump pump, sump pump. That's a great idea, Jerry, but a sump pump should be exactly like you. How so? As silent as a bank vault in Switzerland.
Get Eco.
ECO. Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is, fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or give us a call and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
One more play-by-play. It's on the Fan 2. March Madness, Reds baseball, Ohio State athletics, and much more. Find the Fan 2 on the Fan's HD2 channel and 1460 on the AM dial. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll see partly cloudy skies here for today with highs around 80 degrees. It will also be fairly windy with winds gusting up to near 40 miles per hour here this afternoon. And then for tonight, we'll see showers and storms moving in after midnight with lows down to 63. And then for tomorrow, more scattered showers in the morning and into the afternoon with highs in the 60s. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Aaron White here on 97.1 The Fan.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan. All of the hair on their heads is slowly migrating to the lower part of their faces. And tracking. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
All right, so now that the weather's getting good, I'm committed to running outside with my shirt off, okay? That means six-pack is going to be popping. I'm going to take this gut that I got and turn it into a six-pack, but I need a little help. My people at Tri-State Men's Health is going to help me because they can help men lose weight, support metabolism, improve gains in the gym, and more with 4 targeted body composition plans featuring GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, and more. With the low T treatments combined with the body composition programs, most men notice a real improvement. More energy, better focus, improved sleep, stronger workout, and often the lieutenant better wrap her hair up because it's a renewed sex drive. How do you get low T? Well, it starts to happen in your early to mid 30s. Guys start to lose 2 to 3 production of testosterone production every year. It happens gradually. Before you know it, you're just not that same guy that you once was. If this is you, go to Tri-State Men's Health, take their low T quiz. It's a simple 10-question quiz with yes or no answers. After that, you want to schedule a consult with Tri-State Men's Health where they'll do your lab work and have results within 30 minutes. The cost of the appointment right now is only $99. They have 2 locations located in Columbus. One is in Hilliard, the other one's in Westerville. Call them today at 800-900-9654 or visit TriStateMen'sHealth.com. Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See websites for details.
All right. I need you guys to help me with something because we were talking earlier about the biggest villains in sports. And I don't know that I have. Usually I find someone to side with in an argument. But right now in the NFL, you have an argument going on between 2 entities that I really can't stand. One is the NFL owners.
Okay.
Not my guys. You know, they're usually just a bunch of billionaires, half of whom their dads or someone else in the family gave them that.
One of them pays me, so
okay, fine.
He's cool in my book.
You can be cool with him. That's fine. I'm just telling you in general, the billionaire class, not my guys. The NFL owners specifically, not my guys. Okay. However, they are currently in a fight with the officials who are also not usually my guys and guys, right? Because a lot of times I think they think themselves to be too important. And so
they try to make it about them, huh? They want to be seen.
Well, it's not just that. It's like there's not as much accountability for them as there should be. I, for a long time, have thought that the officials should be made full-time employees.
I agree.
Because I think if we're going to have these games, which are so impactful, so many people watch them, you've got sports gambling now being such a big thing, to have a referee that's like, well, my day job, I'm a lawyer. But when it's, the weekend, I like to go, dabble as an NFL official. I don't know, like maybe just make them full-time employees. However, currently there's a labor dispute between the Referees Association and the owners.
They want more money?
Yes.
That's understandable.
So here's the thing, right? The owners are saying, oh, man, these refs, they're asking for double the money. They want no accountability. They want even less accountability.
You know what I would have? You see the gas prices?
Right. Well, and then the refs come back and they're like, yes, we do want more money. Are you aware of how much more money the owners are making now since the last time we did a deal? So I really don't have a rooting interest here because I tend to side with the workers over the owners in 9 times out of 10 in all these type of disputes. But I mean, the referees, I do think, are very full of themselves. So anyway, if you're looking for big hot takes on the NFL referee thing, I think replacement refs could do just fine. I also think the NFL owners suck and should probably like do better at investing in their product that they make so much money off of. But yeah, I really don't have a great rooting interest in this one.
You think the replacement refs will do just fine?
Yeah.
Do we know do we remember what happened last time?
Do we remember what happens every freaking year with the actual refs who are supposedly God's gift to reffing? They're all bad. They suck. What are we talking about?
The permanent refs do not have something like the Fail Mary on their resume. That's bad.
They definitely do. They have stuff all the time that happens. They have Bottlegate on their resume. They have throwing a flag in a Browns player's eye and disfiguring him for the rest of his life.
Don't even bring up that Bottlegate.
Right, they have all kinds of stuff.
I cannot believe that
happened.
I've never seen. I didn't even know you could do that. You literally, they ran a play.
Yeah.
Got whatever it was. Ran another play.
And then went
and
back.
let them go back and challenge it. I cannot believe that happened.
I don't support throwing things on the field.
I would have did the same thing.
Except in Bottlegate that day. I don't blame anyone who threw anything.
That was crazy.
I don't blame anyone who threw anything on the field.
They literally ran 2 plays and went back and challenged the play from them. Like that's crazy.
Yeah. So Dylan, you're right. That was some confusion, and I agree with that was bad. But the idea that that's just the narrative that the referees have out there, they're like, oh, well, our real NFL refs are so great. It's like they still miss calls. They're still bad. Now, thankfully, we have more replay that can actually overturn some of that stuff, but they're still not great at it. The idea that the replacement refs are going to be so awful, but, the guys that you've heard of are now going to come back. I don't know that I agree with that. I also don't agree with the owners being like, I don't want to give you any more money, even though you're making triple the money you were probably 20 years ago. There's no winners there, is all I'm saying. I saw that Deshaun Watson apparently has a great chance to be the Browns starter, according to Jimmy Haslam, who apparently, when meeting with reporters at the NFL meetings, said that he has a fresh start with new head coach Todd Monken. So Deshaun has a great chance, fresh start, offensive-minded coach who has in his past been able to work with all kinds of different quarterbacks and make them successful, said Jimmy Haslam. So Deshaun has a great chance to do that now. We talked to him the other day. He said he weighs the least he has in several years. He's in great shape. He'll be in Cleveland on April 7th when we start the offseason workout program. Let's see what Deshaun can do. We are all excited. Who is we and who is all? Because I am not, if you're including Browns fans, I don't think we're all excited for Deshaun Watson. Just throwing that out there.
Well, I, for one, believe that it's like a 1% chance. 1% chance that he can get back to that.
Okay.
To what?
Right.
I want you to be clear.
I just wanted to let him get back to what?
A starting caliber quarterback in the NFL.
Okay.
Starting caliber meaning like he could be one of 32 starters, or what he was at the point when the Browns were looking to get him before he had all of his legal issues and everything else.
See, that
where
was
he was
hard.
on a trajectory to be a top 5 quarterback in the league. Some would argue he was top 5.
He was top 2. It was him and Patty. That was it.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So, do you think he can get back to that level?
I don't know. Because when you deal
I can tell you. Nope.
I always like a good comeback story. I like the redemption song. I like that. I just don't like. I think we haven't seen it in so long. Like the only person that can. How long was Phillip Rivers retired? 5 years.
Is that where you're setting the bar for this?
Yes, it's good. Was Phillip Rivers excellent when he came back, or was he surprising for a guy who hadn't played in 5 years and was coaching high school football?
That's the answer. Was he one of the best 32 quarterbacks in the league?
Damn it, I don't have the clip because I wanted to play
well, didn't he?
No, he was not. No, he wasn't. He was better than all the guys who were hurt. Yes, but if all those guys were healthy, he would not have been starting.
Let me go look.
He wasn't starting for the Colts until injuries happened. That's why they brought him back.
Let me go look at. Can I go look at the box score?
I don't need the box score. Pro Football Focus. I looked at it with my own eyes. He was impressive for a guy his age
the Niners. Against the Niners, he went 23 of 35, 277 yards.
Okay.
He only averaged 7.9 yards a throw.
There we go. Yeah.
He had 2 touchdowns, 1 pick.
What was the score in that game?
They got a boat race.
Who did?
Colts.
Oh,
48 to 27.
Oh, so there's
boat raced.
Just yeah. So I mean, you're right.
They went on I think they went on a. Ooh, let me see. Oh yes. 1, 2, 3.
I'm telling you.
When they finished the season on a 7-game losing streak.
Oh yes.
All right. I'm just pointing out that if that's your bar for Deshaun Watson, that makes me want to take a shower.
Against the Super Bowl champions, they lost by 2 points.
Oh, well, yes, there we go. Then
16 to 18.
Moral victories. Great. I'm just telling you, if that's where we're at with Deshaun Watson, then go ahead and fold up the franchise and just start over. I hope that's not where we're going.
I think wrist up.
I hope it's not.
Tyvis's bar for Deshaun is be better than Riley Leonard. Or
Riley Reed.
There we go.
Yes.
All right, 2 minutes away. I have to cop to something. I made a mistake. I have to own it. We're going to talk about it in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Right now, we are still closely monitoring a crash on the west side over by Hilliard 270 northbound, just passing Roberts Road, and right before Cemetery Road, that right shoulder is blocked. We also have a disabled vehicle as you're heading downtown from the east side. 70, that westbound ramp affected to 71 northbound, so expect some lane closures out there. We also have some repairs going on over by Etna. The right lane is blocked on 70, that westbound direction just passing 310, so keep that in mind. Crew members are out and about. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
What can ADP do for small business? We help answer the business questions, like how do you track employee time? How do you do payroll taxes? Or what does compliance even mean? So small businesses can focus on bigger questions. Now florists can ask, can we invent another holiday to sell bouquets? Pizza shops can ask, how do we stuff a calzone into a pizza crust? And pool cleaners can ask, what is that thing in the filter? These are the questions you can focus on when ADP takes care of the business of your small business. ADP for small business.
Take your shot to save at Great Lakes Hyundai in Columbus or Dublin. Make a basket for extra savings on top of big shot deals on every model from Elantra to Palisade. Go now, Dublin or Columbus or glakeshyundai.com. See dealer for details, ends 3/31.
Forget the pot of gold. Save some green at Coghlan Ford. During Ford Truck Month, take over $13,000 off MSRP, plus no payments until June on select new F-150s. New Bronco Sport or Ranger. Lease for $399 a month for 48 months. Visit CoglinFord.com.
Coghlan has the car for you.
Factory rebates to dealer. 90-day deferred payments. Not all buyers will qualify. Bronco $399 down. Ranger $2,000 down. 7,500 miles per year. 25 cents per mile over. Excludes $250 dock fee. $395 disposition fee at lease end. No security deposit. Ends 3/31/26.
Bo Bishop here. Picture this. Windows down. The beautiful countryside rolling by. The kids laughing in the back. And nowhere you have to be but wherever the road takes you. That's RV life. Find yours at RCD RV. 3 locations in Central Ohio or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
The radio couldn't contain us, so we've taken over YouTube. Catch Morning Juice weekday mornings at 6 by searching 971 The Fan. Do it. Tyvis says that in all his years being in football locker rooms, he never once looked at another man's junk. He cannot say the same thing about working at this radio station. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
All right, I got to own up to the mistake. Yesterday, on this very show, I made a proclamation. I made a promise, and I'm breaking that promise. I said...
You're one of those type of guys.
I am, apparently. You've heard of promise keepers, promise breaker over here. That's what I did. I broke my promise.
Is there any like good reason to break a promise?
Well, no, this is just pure stupidity on my part. I forgot.
I'm talking about outside of this. Is there any good reason to break a promise?
I'm sure there is. Okay. I don't know. Like, I have to think about it. But yeah, I mean, there's a part of me that thinks that if I was smarter, I could have maybe attempted to go to law school. And I think a lawyer would say, oh, yeah, of course. Like, just without even thinking, they're like, yes, of course, there's a good reason to break a promise. Now let me think about why. But I'm telling you, I messed up. I'm breaking my promise because I promised today we would do something. And I just flat out dropped the ball. I'm going to tell you right now. I have struggled for years. I'm not blaming this. I'm just telling you how it is. In my brain with like ADHD, ADD, whichever it is, I got diagnosed, and here's the thing. I forget which one I have. So the point is, I went into the gas station today to buy candy bars for us to try.
Candy bars?
Well, there's one in particular that someone recommended to me, and I was going to bring that in. Went into the gas station, got my coffee, paid for it, left, drove here.
You went to the gas station? I thought you was doing Starbucks.
You know, I was, and then I realized I could get it for half price if I go to the gas station. It's way cheaper. And I haven't seen the Starbucks people in like 2 weeks. They may think I died. Anyway, the point is, I went in there with all good intentions today to get the stuff for this segment, and I forgot. So tomorrow we will do Tyvis Eats a Thing, unless I also forget again tomorrow, but hopefully I won't. It is a Hot Take Tuesday. More of your hot takes coming up in mere moments. If you missed this, we talked about it earlier. Basketball Buckeyes, men's team, Amare Bynum, back in the fold. Tyvis, what does that signal to you? Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final 4. Which one is it? And why is Jake Diebler not getting called for the North Carolina job? I want answers. I demand answers. Why not? He's so good. Why aren't they calling? Go ahead. Any of those you want to tackle? Go right ahead.
There's a lot there. Who's to say that they aren't calling? That's one.
You know what? Fair point. That is a very fair point. I don't know the phone calls that are not happening or are happening over at the Shots. They may have already put that out there.
Who's to say? I'll say. I don't need any sources.
Come on.
Y'all, you two.
Come on.
You two are off y'all rockers this morning.
I don't think it's an unfair question, but fine. We weren't here to ask that. What do you think about Amare Bynum coming back to Ohio State?
It's a great start of an off season for them. I think that they have to find a way to build off of this season because the expectation bar has raised. You know, it was hashtag get Bruce to the tournament. Okay, well, the tournament is now the bare minimum that we are expecting. Because if you look at this team and this roster, you'll say it wasn't like this was the greatest roster in sports, and yet they found a way to make it to the tournament. So to me, the tournament is the bare minimum. And this is solidifying, okay, this is the first thing that everybody wanted to see was get Bynum, get Junie back.
Yeah.
We got one. Check.
Check.
I'm waiting on Junie, as Dylan pointed out. And then who are some of the guys in the portal? Can they get some of these guys in the portal? And is it the right fit? Because, again, you can go out and get the big name. Does he fit in this program?
Yeah. I think fair questions.
I think last year or 2 years ago they went with the big name, didn't work. Last year they tried to get guys that weren't necessarily big names but could try to fit in. It was better than what it was the year. So it seems to me they're headed in the right direction. Now, I get that we live in a world with instant gratification where everybody wants it right now. You look around the league and you see guys who Iowa's coach, year one, boom, takes them to the, where'd he go, Elite 8?
Yeah.
Takes them to the Elite 8. Dusty May has probably got a chance to win the national championship. You look at stuff like that and everybody's like, why can't we do that here? Well, there's more than one way to be successful. You know, that's just not right now in the cards. And Jake Diebler is one of those guys that's learning. Again, the difference between Jake and the rest of those coaches is Jake didn't have head coach experience. The other guys did. So Ohio State knew that when they signed him on the dotted line, and they're gonna ride this thing out. I wonder how many years is his deal.
I don't know the answer on that.
I wish I knew that answer because
I don't know.
That's when you. If I was him, I'd start getting a little nervous.
I think they signed him. I could be wrong. I feel like they signed him at least to 4 years. Okay. I mean, usually maybe it was even 5.
So this is a pivotal year for him coming up.
Yeah, I feel like next year will determine a lot about the future. Like if they don't make the tournament, can we all agree on this? Even if you are the biggest sunshine pumper for Ohio State and you think that everything that happens over there is the greatest thing since sliced bread, can we admit that if they miss the tournament next year,
I have to see what the team look like. I have to see.
No. We just said the minimum expectation is get back to the tournament again. Then let's have that be a concrete expectation for a program
You giving me Junie, Bynum, Thompson, and a big yes.
I mean,
it's their job to also hit the portal.
The portal's there. Like they have to go get. By the way, on this front of wanting to know what's coming for this team, tonight you can watch one of the hopefully future stars for the Buckeyes, Anthony Thompson, who is committed to Ohio State, will be in the uniform for the Buckeyes next year. He will be a freshman, but this year he's a senior at Western Reserve Academy here in the great state of Ohio. He's playing in the McDonald's All-American game. He is on the American East roster. So that is tonight at 9 p.m., I believe, on ESPN. Yes. The girls' All-American game is at 7 p.m., and then the boys' game is right after that at 9. So you can watch those. They both take place in Arizona, Glendale, technically. So, again, another place where Buckeyes have done well, Glendale, Arizona. So hopefully Anthony Thompson can have a good night tonight, and you can get a little preview of what's to come for Buckeye basketball next year. But, yeah, Tyvis, you're not wrong that I, too, need to see what the roster is. But my problem is, if they build a roster that's not capable of getting to the NCAA tournament, then isn't that kind of the issue? If they can't do that with a guy who they are touting. I'm not the one touting him. They are touting him as like, we got a McDonald's All-American. This is why we have to keep, everything in place, because you have to keep this McDonald's All-American coming here. You have to keep Amare Bynum. You have to keep Junie Mobley.
Wait a minute.
So that's
because he's a McDonald's All-American. Does that mean he's going to come in and be that guy right away?
No.
They're essentially bumping Devin Royal for him.
Right.
He's got to be at least that.
You wanted to bump Devin Royal for.
Hang on, Tyvis.
I was fine with Devin Royal staying on this team and coming off the bench.
Tyvis, the point here is
was he? No, apparently
no, and to be fair, to Ohio State basketball,
and to put
they don't want Devin Royal to leave. They may want to change his role, but they would rather him be here.
Okay, so when you do that, that's basically saying that the freshman's going to be better than you. If you want him to come off the bench, you're touting him to be better than Devin Royal.
When I would bring up the fact that this team, I didn't think was that good, I thought gave us a little bit of false hope down the stretch, which is what Jake Diebler's teams have done over the last few years, is they play really well in the little stretch at the end and make everybody believe that something's different than it is. I don't think anything really fundamentally changed this year. But the thing I heard from a lot of Buckeye basketball fans was, well, you can't lose this coach because look at who you have coming in next year. You got this guy. Anthony Thompson's going to come in. He's at a McDonald's. Okay. Now to say when that guy comes here, well, you can't expect him to win in year one. Well, okay. Like, just tell me when I can have expectations for Buckeye basketball. I just want to.
Year three.
Okay.
Year three.
So I just said if they don't make the tournament, what does that mean? And the answer is like, well, I got to see the roster. I got to see. I'm saying, can we have expectations this year that if they don't make the tournament,
year three,
that's a realistic.
Let's put it. Let's book it. Year three right now. If Diebler and them don't make the tournament, it's
time to have the discussion.
Yes.
And okay,
yes.
All right, that's all I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Chris G in the chat says, are there any G League players we can recruit? And Malachi Branham did sign with the Canton Charge a couple weeks ago.
Hey, did he really?
Yes.
Oh,
maybe he can be brought back. We just need a Franklin Court judge to prove his eligibility.
Oh, we can get that.
And boom, Malachi Branham is back on the basketball Buckeyes.
All right. So they still, in my opinion, they still need 2 to 3 solid transfer additions for this team to be considered
like. The kid from Baylor not playing?
I don't know what his deal is. He didn't play all of last year when he had a torn ACL.
He should have another year, correct?
If you have a torn ACL, to be out a full year, unless it was just all precautionary, like, I hope he comes back and is the player he was when he was at Baylor, but who knows? Like, that's another question.
Like he was filling it up. If Nagovin and this kid are the center options next year, it's not going to be any better than it was this year. I can tell you that.
I agree with you on that. Well, I think you need to go out and get a real portal addition, not someone who's got a banged up knee. You can't. Last year when he came in, everyone was like, "We got this dude from Baylor. Oh, yeah, he's got a torn ACL, but don't worry, he'll be fine." And he didn't play all year.
What are you willing to do for that kid?
What do you mean? What am I willing to do? Bags of cash? That's not my job. I'm not in the bags of cash department.
Are you donating to your local collectives?
I mean, I feel like I have donated plenty all my life. I have been dedicated to watching the Buckeyes.
Are you doing your part to keep Buckeye Nation great?
No.
And donating to your local collectives?
My name is not on any buildings over there, so no. I look to them. They're the ones. Stop coming to me.
How bad do you really want to see this basketball team be good?
I have my Big Ten Plus subscription so I can watch them. I paid money.
They're not allowed to take money from one of the dudes that has a name with the building on there. Okay, so you can't.
I don't think that's
say that.
True.
I mean, you think they still are?
Guy sits courtside. His name is on the building.
He hasn't been convicted. No, he's talking about
not that building.
Oh,
he hasn't been convicted.
Dylan, I completely missed that.
He hasn't been convicted.
Tell you what, let's just get back to talking basketball.
Y'all get ready for some basketball. Shoot some layup.
Yeah.
Shoot some layup.
That's right. We'll hit the buzzer next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Well, right now we are noticing a big crash on the west side, just north of West Jefferson. It's on 70 in that westbound direction as you are heading outside of downtown and just passing that 142 area. We have not one, but two left lanes that are currently blocked, causing some delays too, looking at 25 miles per hour for your speeds as of right now. Also, on the north side of Columbus, just south of Westerville, we are seeing a disabled vehicle on the 270 westbound ramp to Cleveland Avenue. Expect some lane restrictions as well out there. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
With Aetna, I always get a quick answer, and I don't have to search on the internet. They go above and beyond to help me with whatever I need.
Those words from a real Aetna Medicare Advantage member speak to why U.S. News & World Report named us a best Medicare Advantage company. Because we show up on calls with members and doctor's offices when requested. We show up with access to convenient care options. We show up for you. Because that's how healthier happens together. Member feedback has been edited for length and clarity.
Breathe. You got this. You got this.
In the moments that truly matter, what do? Rise to the occasion. Ohio Health. It's time.
Hey Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Let me ask you something. When's the last time a contractor did exactly what they said they would? On time, on budget, didn't give you any surprises at the end. With Baths R Us, there are no surprises. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. On time, on budget. And here's the difference with Baths R Us. They have local crews, never subcontracted. The people who show up to your door, they're trained Baths R Us employees. They aren't just some random crew that got hired last week and has no idea what they're doing in your home. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space you're proud of, Baths R Us builds it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. 380-225-BATH. That's to call Baths R Us and deal with a company that started right here in Ohio and grew by word of mouth. Because they treat people right. They do what they say they're going to do. 380-225-BATH to call Baths R Us. Baths R Us. Bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
Mortgage rates have dropped, and the best news is they're expected to go down even more. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. If you've been thinking about buying a new home, now is the time. And with Third Federal's Buy Now, Refi Later program, you don't have to wait for rates to drop again. You get the guaranteed lowest rate now, and if rates drop later, even after you close, you can refinance to a lower rate for free. That's right, for free. And now with Third Federal's early rate lock, you can lock in the guaranteed lowest rate even before you find a house. So you'll always have the best rate. So don't wait. Call Third Federal today and lock in the guaranteed lowest rate.
Right now at Third Federal, lock in 5.99%, APR 6.02% on a 30-year fixed rate purchase mortgage and refinance later if rates go down for free. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3rd-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for buy now, refi later. Lowest rate guarantee and early rate lock at thirdfederal.com. Equal housing lender.
The Jackets are making a push to the playoffs.
Islanders and Adam Fantilli. One more time. Puts it in the net.
Listen to every exciting moment, including an extended pregame show for weekend games. Proud to be your home of the Jackets. The Fan. The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by KDHVAC, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan. Both of these men played sports in high school. Only one of them was good at it. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Joining the program, a guy by the name of Eric Reeser with the best hair, and you shaved the mustache.
These are all accurate things you said. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Why would you do that?
So the mustache
That was
really,
your thing.
That's not my thing.
It's not his thing. He occasionally has a
grow one.
mustache. He has a beard sometimes. Now, sometimes he's clean shaven.
When Eric gets a little lazy and doesn't shave for a while and facial hair grows, once I'm shaving it or once I've decided like this is enough and shave it, I leave the mustache. Everything else goes with the mustache. And if I like it, it stays.
You do like the cream on your face and like with the razor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never done that, but go ahead.
And in January, I liked the mustache. And then in March, I did not like the mustache. So it went. So it's not much more thought than that.
So what's next?
Tyvis, his facial hair will be back at like 5 p.m.
Probably this. I do enjoy not having hair on my face in the spring because the breeze feels nice on it.
Mm.
And it's less itchy, but it's also, there's more moisture in the air, so it's less dry.
I don't think
just feels more comfortable.
I just don't feel like I can ever be without like full.
You hardly have enough as it is. Like you hardly have any facial hair as it is. Like I think you could go that last quarter mile and just go.
Yeah, for those who don't get to watch the YouTube chat, like Tyvis had a beard until a few days ago. Thursday, you shaved that off, and now you have the like chin hair and the mustache that aren't even connected. So it's not even a goatee,
but just like to nothing.
It's a thin mustache too. It's not even like a thick.
You've
rich
never been
mustache.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Just
not since I was a kid.
You would have to get the lieutenant's permission, but
yeah,
I don't think she going for the
right,
mustache thing.
But
no stash.
Okay,
you can grow it back.
Yeah,
it's temporary.
That's yeah. You can grow all.
Do you think my wife was thrilled when I came in here and had a full shaved face because I made a dumb bet with you last summer? No, but the answer was
so good that you did it again.
It's a good radio bet.
Well, I shaved down to only the mustache because of Halloween. I came as Andy Reid.
Exactly.
And guess who hated that move as well? My significant other. My wife also did not enjoy that.
Never again. This is. The beard is here to stay.
What's funny is when I had just the mustache, I kind of liked it. She did not like it.
It's fun for a good bit,
but I didn't mind it. I had a picture I took with Buddy, and I was like, it's not too bad. That's a good look for me. I could go with that. again.
So you tried again?
No, she would murder me. I think in my sleep. She does not approve. But I get it though. Like, I mean, Reese, I know that's like sometimes we have to do what we have to do to keep everybody in our lives happy. So
why do they get the final say? Why does our significant other get to dictate?
We only have like 6 minutes left in this program.
Isn't it my body, my choice?
I mean, it is, but you chose to be in a relationship with her.
And June or July topic that I want you to do on Wednesdays or Fridays or Mondays. I don't have to be in here for that nonsense.
All right, what do you think of your Cleveland Browns? D. Watt. He's back. I told you.
So you can't hold the worst decision in NFL history on Todd Monken. He's got to win football games. That's the job. And so he's got the 3 in his room right now. I think they'll bring in a UFA after the draft, and that'll be 4 quarterbacks they'll go into camp with. If Watson performs the best at camp, I can't fault Todd Monken for putting Watson out there week 1. If he's the guy that gives you the best chance to win, I understand how this game works. I'm going to hate it, because I've hated the thing since they acquired.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4.
Foe.
The sex pest.
No, it's not 4. It's foe.
No, 4.
Foe.
Not going to do it. Not going to give him that.
You got to throw it up.
It's the worst. But again, if he performs well, I understand the assignment here for Todd Monken.
Yeah. I just want to point out in the YouTube chat, Laurencia Powell, username, says, it's a no for me, dog, when it comes to shaving off the facial hair.
Yeah.
And then, Dylan, am I right here that there is a Jessica in the chat?
Yep.
That says Dylan isn't allowed to shave. That is Dylan's significant other. So I'm just pointing out that, like, apparently this you ask why we don't have a choice. The answer is because they're listening. They're a part of the show. I mean,
my wife says, no, it's his body, my choice.
Well, I mean, at least she's honest.
It's not wrong.
I mean, again,
I'm okay with that.
I do feel like you asking that specific question while your wife is like 7 months pregnant with your next child, that might be why she has a little bit of say where it's like she's carrying a child for the both of you. you can maintain some facial hair.
Don't make it seem like I did this. It was a mutual decision.
But only one of you has to deal with the ramifications day to day for 9 months.
True.
What do you mean it's not true?
Because
did she swap out with you, or something? How is this working?
She has to deal with the pregnancy, and I have to deal with her. It's fair.
I had to phrase that differently, but you do you, man.
There you go.
That's great.
Enjoy the couch. It's going to be fun for you.
We're going to, over the next 3 hours, endeavor to not put our foot in our mouths.
Perfect.
See how that goes.
Good idea.
Dom Taberi celebrated 45 years at WBNS yesterday. We'll have him on at 10:30 in advance of Ryan Day, his spring practice presser, 11-ish. It's a floating time.
There you go.
So we'll float around him in the 11 o'clock hour there. We'll do the real truth at 10 o'clock. And then Bo keeps rowing the boat towards a super conference. Super conference is in college football. So we'll see. We'll have the discussion on when that might be.
Little PJ
Top of the
Fleck.
show.
Little PJ Fleck.
Yeah, maybe will Minnesota be a part of a super conference? Wonder if that would be a case.
You'll need fodder, right?
Yeah, right. You got to have a couple easy wins, I guess, on the schedule. So there you go. Bishop and Friends coming up 9 to noon right here on the Fan.
Shove it down your throat.
It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another air conditioner breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day air installation.
Well, last night, former Buckeye Mike Conley still in the association. He is still playing with the Minnesota Timberwolves. They got a big 124-94 win over the Dallas Mavericks. But what was notable was Mike Conley got the start. Opening tip, Mike Conley is out there.
Yeah.
And when they made the starting alignment announcement, Mike Conley was not in the starting lineup. In fact, it was Minnesota star guard Anthony Edwards who was in the starting lineup, announced in the starting lineup, nowhere to be seen when the announcement was made. So speculation ran rampant. Mike Conley ripped off the warm-ups and said, I'm in, and went out there and started the game. 2 minutes and 1 second later, Anthony Edwards checked into the game in a weird non-start for him. So after the game, reporters asked, hey, what was going on with that? He said he was in the bathroom. Their head coach, Chris Finch, said nature calls when asked why that change was made. And apparently Anthony Edwards is taking a dump. So I've heard of the PGD, the pregame dump, but apparently it got to him a little bit at game time.
Out of curiosity,
let him live.
What did he finish with points?
17 points in 23 minutes last night.
He felt a little loose.
That's a down night for him.
I
17
understand.
points.
You got to get that out of you.
Sometimes you clock the body, other times the body clocks you.
Sometimes you think I'm going to go in there, it's going to be a quick one. And it
yes, all the time.
Oh, yeah. Get that. Yeah,
15 minutes later, you're like, the hell happened?
That's the worst, too, when you're like already running a little bit late and you're like, oh, got to hit nature calls real quick. Let me take care of that. And then it turns, instead of like a couple minutes, it's like, oh, no, this is way longer. Now I'm going to be stuck in traffic. All right. Well, good luck with the rest of that. Hopefully your bowels are not betraying you the way they did Anthony Edwards. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, a few reminders before we go. Starting over on the west side, pretty soon we're going to be seeing some lane closures on that 33 Riverside Drive area right at Hayden Run Road. That's happening from 9 in the morning till 3 this afternoon for some intersection improvements. Also, a big heads up, repairs still happening on 315 both directions in Delaware County. It's basically between State Route 750 up towards 23. Started yesterday, but will be lasting 120 days. I'm 10 TV's Brianna